is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
We are back. High school football is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Tonight, it's the Midwest City Bombers and the Newcastle Racers in a 5A1 tilt, the first Friday night of October. Here we go, the second half of the season starting tonight right here on OSN. Josh Calloway on hand, joined alongside by my partner Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, Uriah Martinez working camera. Billy, it is a beautiful night for football. It's fantastic. Just great crowd, great vibes right now. This is a great feeling here in Newcastle.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful feeling. We're looking out at the field, got a 3/4 moon in front of us. It just feels like fall, except for the heat. But
yeah,
no.
It's a little warm today, but yeah.
But it is a great night for football. I can't believe we're in the second half already.
I know, it moves.
Of the season.
It moves by ever so quickly every year. We got district play started last week out in Duncan. Newcastle took care of business, knocking off the Demons on the road. Got that all-important 15-point win. We talked about that last Friday. Now a chance to continue it, right? I mean, you're coming back home for the first time in district play, a Midwest City team that's coming off a loss. So that's going to be, we kind of mentioned this in the postgame show last week, a desperate team here tonight, Billy. If Midwest City is going to get to the postseason, they're going to need to steal one on the road somewhere. Obviously, their first chance at it here tonight. But just another big opportunity for Newcastle here at home, right, to take care of business and continue to push toward trying to win this district for a second straight year.
Well, and you're right. I'm not sure which Midwest City we're really going to see tonight. They are a very proud organization. They usually, they've been around a long time. I went to Moore High School, graduated in '87. They were one of our rivals, the Bombers. Man, he never wanted to go to their place and try and play them. And so it is a little surprising, 1-4 this year. But it's not because I don't believe it's because they're just no good. I think there's some things that they're dealing with and facing that is affecting the season. But I think they're a good team.
No doubt. And it's a new era for Midwest City, and we'll get into that more here shortly. But, Jaquez Washington, new coach, first year. He's actually an Owasso, former Owasso Ram.
There
if you
you
can
go.
believe it. It's his first year, though, but they're in a rebuild, right? They're completely kind of turning the page here into a new era. And they knew they were probably going to maybe take some lumps this year. But they have talent, and they're going to play hard, and they're going to try and find a way to come in here and get one on the road here tonight. So if you're Newcastle, you're going to want to make sure to handle your business. We talked about it last week, the Star District play. Every game so important, and to make sure you take care of business on the scoreboard is going to be so important too. Point differential, that sort of thing. So, if you're Newcastle, you have to find a way to avoid to be blinded by the 1-4 record for Midwest City and kind of come in with that same mindset that you have every Friday as best you can. Because Midwest City, unlike maybe some other bottom teams that we'll see later this year, or whatever, this program does have talent, and they've got a good coach. They just haven't quite put it together just yet. So, if you're not awake for this game, you never know, right?
Absolutely, and you can't play to the level of your opponent. I think this is where they need to play to the best of their ability within themselves, listening to the coaches, trusting each other. I know first couple of games that looked a little shaky, and now you're starting to see them get into a rhythm where they trust each other, know where each other's going to be, know who's coming in with the hit. And so that's been an excellent thing as well. And I think that's why we've seen Cresswell passing so well, is because the receivers and him are starting to understand each other.
No doubt. You've seen Newcastle's offense, it feels like, get better and better. And this is a team that scored 60-plus points against Blanchard, a few weeks ago. But you could see it last week. And defensively, it feels like it's starting to find its footing, too. That second half against Duncan last week, probably the best half they've played of the year. I mean, to shut out Duncan in that second half after the Demons put 28 on the board in the first half. They came out in the second half shut it down, ended up winning that game by 16 on the road. So feels like Newcastle find their footing. You have the bye week next week, so you kind of handle business, you rest up, you get healthier, and be ready for that stretch run. But I think a lot to be encouraged by if you're Newcastle right now. There's some big games coming up, but if you're the Racers, I think you're feeling pretty good about things right now, right in the first half of the season.
Absolutely, very confident. I mean, even in your out-of-district games, to do so well against Elgin and Tuttle and really push them. There's not going to be a lot of teams that push them this year. And on the other side, they're not going to face many teams that tough in 5A. Right. So that was excellent out-of-district as well. We talk about that each year. So they are feeling really good about themselves. I don't think they have any deer in the headlights fear going into this. So I think the district play, you're going to see them come together unless something just crazy happens.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see them really hold their own and get themselves in a good position for the playoffs.
Racers, obviously the defending champs in the district, went 7-0 or 6-0, last year in district play. Off to a good start last week, getting the win in Duncan, trying to keep that going here at home tonight against Midwest City. This is the countdown to kickoff, presented by Creek Bottom Barbecue and Burgers. Fresh smashed onion burgers, hand-cut fries, slow-smoked brisket, pulled pork, and ribs, along with homemade sides made fresh every day. For a great burger or great barbecue, be sure to come and see them at 1107 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle, or give them a call, 405-387-9416. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a quick break. When we come back, Bill and I will dive into Midwest City a little bit, the names to know on the Bombers and what to expect from tonight's game, what the Racers need to do to get a win here tonight in front of the home fans. This is the Newcastle Racers pregame show, rolling on after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle Racers pregame show, getting ready for a 5A1 tilt here tonight. The sixth game of the regular season, so officially the second half of the slate starting tonight, as the Racers 3-2 got off to a good start district play last week. Looking to keep that going here at home tonight against the Midwest City Bombers. Let's take a look at the schedule ahead for Newcastle this season. We mentioned we're halfway home. Got that season opening win at Bartlesville and have gone back and forth, win-loss, win-loss. Looking to make it 2 in a row for the first time this season here tonight. Like we said, took care of business last week in Duncan. You see what's left the rest of the way. Note the gap in the dates there, as Newcastle's going to be off next week. We'll have a Friday to collect our thoughts, Billy, and then we'll get ready for the home stretch, the Final Four, starting on October 17th. With the Class and SAS Comets. Lawton Mack will be in here on October 24th. That's a huge game. Following week, another really big one, Halloween night at Bishop McGuinness. And then Southeast will head out there to close out the regular season playoffs, of course, start the following week. But, Billy, you look at that slate the rest of the way, and obviously after a bye week, you get some really big ones, especially that back-to-back at the end of October, Lawton Mack, Bishop McGuinness. That's really where the district is going to kind of be decided as far as who's going to win it.
Absolutely, and that is where you're going to see the rubber meet the road. And I'm even curious, Southeast is off to a 5-0 start. Will they be good enough to be in that mix as well? I don't know. Judging off of last year,
we're going to learn more about them tonight.
Year.
They play Duncan tonight. We're going to learn more about them tonight. Yeah.
But I think having those back-to-back, and what I think is great, if you notice, we don't go to an away game until November. And so the next few games
weird schedule,
are going to be here.
Yeah, a lot of games here. You're right. And then hopefully there will be home games in November because that means you finished top 2 in district. You win the district, you get 2 home games in November, which they did last year, won them both, and that's what got them into the state semifinals a season ago. Racers hoping for a repeat of that here in 2025. Let's take a look at Midwest City a little bit here tonight, Billy. I mentioned it in the open there. Coached by Jaquez Washington, really, really good OK Preps player himself. Played at my alma mater, Owasso. Went and played at Iowa State. After that, collegiately, he's bounced around. I think he coached at, it might have been a grad assistant at Iowa State for a little while. I think he was at like NSU in Tahlequah, and then he was at Owasso for a year. Now he's a head coach here at Midwest City. What stands out to you looking at their season? I mean, obviously 1-4 start, right? So it hasn't been great. They've had some really big problems scoring points. In the 4 losses this year, just 16 total points. 1 win came on September the 11th. They beat PC West 38-0. But other than that, 53-0 to Piedmont, 41-8 to Carl Albert, 54-0 to Del City. And then last week, 19-8 against Southeast in their district opener. What stands out when you look at Midwest City? Does anything jump off at all about what they've done in the early part of the season? Obviously, it's not been great so far.
Well, and you look at their roster, there's a lot of 9s and 10s and 11s, a few 12s thrown in, so they're a young team. And I think that's probably part of Coach and them working together and getting some things together. Now, as for the season, they've had 2 quarterbacks that have thrown about the same amount each and have about the same amount of yards.
Last week it was Valor Vaughn that started.
Right. So I don't know who's going to come out.
Right.
Valor Var, like I said, he's thrown almost as much, I'd say, as King comes out there, number 2, Lincoln King.
Yeah.
So we'll see who comes out. They both are running. Both are a good size. Watching Midwest City out here, they definitely passed the eye test. There's some big fellas out there.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see how they do and how their run game is, how they can run against our run defense. I think that's where their bread and butter is as well.
Yeah.
And I guess last week, King, who's a quarterback at first this season.
He's kind of a do-everything. He's almost like a Caden Longman type. Yeah.
Right. Well, I think he was a receiver last week, has played in the games last week, and he's, for the year, has 86 yards passing.
Yeah.
He's their leading receiver. So there may be some switching around that way, but I would like to see if they are able to establish a run game against Newcastle. If not, they're going to pin their ears back and go at whoever the quarterback is.
Yeah, the 2 offensive guys you mentioned them, Valor Vaughn, quarterback, and then Lincoln King. Lincoln King is kind of their do-it-all guy. Like
right.
I likened him to Caden Longman because he'll catch passes, he'll throw passes, they'll run it with him. Like he's kind of that type of player. So you're going to want to know where he is, obviously, throughout the night. Defensively, Jacory Fletcher, really good defensive end / linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He's kind of the name to know defensively for the Bombers. A very good player. Offensively, I think they have some nice guys up front on the offensive line. So this team's got talent. Like we said, This team's got talent, and we'll see what the Racers can do with it tonight if they can handle business here at home. On that note, Billy, let's get into the keys to the game for tonight's game, presented by Focus Federal Credit Union. Drive your dreams with their competitive rates and flexible terms for more than 70 years. Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our membership about all things financial by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. See them at the Tri-City branch, 1097 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member FDIC. Billy Collier, for you, keys to the game tonight for the Racers to get this thing done at home.
Well, I think that you're going to have to see Bradford and Rogers play their game, and they should have a really good night tonight. Bradford has 529 yards on the year already.
Yeah.
Last week, I believe he had 281 yards. So he's having a great year, and then Rogers 284 yards. I think that's going to be your biggest key. Last week we gave the most valuable player to the offensive line.
Yeah.
So that's going to also, I think, play into that run game as well. I think that's where they should have most of their success because of the size of Midwest City. So I think that would be the key of the game, is just establish that run, and then I say it every week, cut down those unsportsmanlikes. Play a game, play a hard game. And, of course, you're telling 15, 16, 17-year-old young men,
sure,
play hard, don't get emotional. How do you do that? So I think the key of the game will have to be setting up that run and holding those blocks.
Yeah, right in step with you on the run game. That's something that's hurt Midwest City this year, is defending the run. Obviously, we saw what Newcastle has done really all year, but especially last week against Duncan, just that Bradford Rogers, that back and forth. I mean, they're just – when you have the luxury of 2 guys that good and you can rotate them back and forth to keep the fresh guy in, it was a lot of fun to watch last week, and I think that's going to be useful for Newcastle the rest of the season as the weather gets colder, windy in Oklahoma. To be able to lean on your run game is going to be huge, and I think that's definitely an area that the Racers can probably exploit tonight in this matchup. So I'm watching for a lot of Bradford and Rogers for sure. I'm right there with you.
Well, and I think as the year goes on, we're starting to see them both in the backfield at the same time, seeing that more and more.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see that quite a bit tonight with that run game.
No doubt at all. Racers feeling good after last week, looking to keep the momentum going here tonight at home against Midwest City. Those were the keys to the game presented by Focus Federal Credit Union. All right, we're going to step aside once more here on the Newcastle Racers pregame show. When we get back, we'll take a look at the district standings going into play tonight. We'll look at some of the other games around the state that we're going to keep an eye on throughout the evening and continue to set the scene for this one, the Newcastle Racers and the Midwest City Bombers. Just about 14-ish minutes away from kickoff here in Newcastle. Stick with us. The Newcastle Racers pregame show rolls on after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
All right, back here in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network, continue to set the scene for this one, the Newcastle Racers and the Midwest City Bombers here tonight on the Oklahoma Sports Network. About 12-ish minutes from kick between the Racers and the Bombers here coming up at Gene Reed Field. Let's take a look at the district standings coming into play tonight. You see the look of it. Everyone's played one with the exception of Class and SAS, who did play two because they played last night against Lawton Mack. Obviously, 7-team district. Everyone gets a bye week. Next week, that'll be Newcastle. Lawton Mack didn't play last week, but then they played last night because the game got moved to Thursday. We were talking about it earlier, ref shortage, Billy and I. So a lot of games got moved to Thursday last night, and that was one of them with the Highlanders and the Comets. You see the look of it right now. Three-way tie at the top between Bishop McGuinness, Lawton Mack, and Newcastle. Feels like those games, that little grouping when they all play each other, is going to be what ends up deciding this thing, but still a lot of other games to go as well. Southeast, the surprise team so far. We talked about it, Billy, last week. 5-0 start to the season. They beat these Bombers a week ago, 19-8. They got Duncan tonight, so we're going to learn a little more about both of those teams. So I think you and I both left pretty, impressed by Duncan. They certainly had some players, and they play Southeast this evening. That's the only other game in district besides ours this evening. That's an interesting game. We're going to learn a little bit more about both those teams tonight, Duncan and Southeast.
And that's true, because after last week, we don't know, was it because we played so well or that they didn't play that well? So I think you're right. Tonight we'll find out about both teams. And they did look pretty good last week. It didn't look like a slack team or anything. And so, again, Southeast has really piqued my curiosity this season.
No doubt. I mean, you get into a 5-0 start, for sure. And they have Duncan tonight. That game's at Southeast as well. So it is a home game for the Spartans. And it feels like right now you can pretty safely put McGuinness, Mack, Newcastle as the four of the team, 3 of the 4 that are going to make it.
Right.
It's just a matter of the order. That fourth spot up for grabs between Southeast, these Bombers, and Duncan. Obviously, Southeast beat them last week. If Southeast can go beat Duncan, obviously they're completely in the driver's seat to at least get to the playoffs. So That's a big game tonight, early in district play, Southeast and Duncan. We're going to keep an eye on that one, obviously, throughout tonight, because that's a huge result for who's going to end up getting across that line and getting to the postseason.
Well, and absolutely, and they've got some things going together. I mean, it's one thing to get better and still have a so-so schedule, but I think I'm just looking here. I think they've already won more games this season than they won last season.
Yeah.
And so to do something like that and to go undefeated through half your season, that's pretty impressive.
No, if you're Southeast, man, 5-0 is 5-0. I mean, you're pumped about that, and we'll see if they can keep it going tonight at home against Duncan. Now, obviously, they open Midwest City, then they play Duncan. That obviously you can put it together. Their schedule is backloaded. They still have to play Newcastle at the end of the year, McGinnis, MacArthur. So if they're going to get to the end of the year and make the playoffs, they're going to earn it. But obviously a great start to the year for the Spartans, and that's how things line up right now. And there you have it already with the point differential. Obviously, we're one game in, but that's the difference right now between Newcastle and Southeast. Both are 1-0, but Newcastle won their game by the maximum 15. Southeast did not. That's the difference. If the season ended today, Newcastle would be a 3 seed, Southeast would be a 4 because of that. Right. That's where, Newcastle called the timeout last week to kick the field goal as time expired to get over that number. That's why. That's why you do it right there.
I had a lot of people say, well, that just seemed like kind of a jerk move. But you have to understand, the coaches understand that's a necessary thing.
That's what you got to do.
And I did look at last year. They only won 4 games last year.
Yeah, quite a turnaround already.
So, in fact, lost to Midwest City last year 47-13.
Wow. And they beat them this year. How
about
that?
They beat them. So that's a big turnaround.
No doubt. So that's a look at these standings going into play tonight in the very competitive 5A1, and very excited to see whatever McGinnis, MacArthur, Newcastle start to play each other. That's when it's really going to start to shift around. You're going to start to learn a lot more about this district. As far as some other games tonight that are going to be on our attention, you have the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's a 7-game Friday. There was quite a few Thursday games last night because of ref shortages and various other reasons. We actually had like a decent slate last night. There was a lot of games.
Yeah.
But there's 7 tonight, including ours. Lawton High taking on John Marshall. Cash is got Woodward this evening. Walters and Hobart. Altus taking on Western Heights. Jones and Millwood in a very interesting 3A matchup there with the Longhorns and the Falcons. And then Bethany and Blanchard. So for obviously Tri-City folks tuned in that maybe want to see what the Lions are doing, they got Bethany tonight. You can watch the game on OSN as well. Anything that stuck out to you from that group of games or anything else you've seen tonight?
Well, the Millwood game, I think, is going to be a game to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
I really am looking forward to seeing how that was. Kind of interesting matchup right there. And Blanchard and Bethany is really tough. We fight hard against Blanchard, and we may say some goofy things, but I don't know that we dislike Blanchard quite as much as we dislike Bethany. So I think you'll find a lot of racers cheering on the Blanchard Lions.
Well, we talked about it before. It seems like Newcastle Blanchard, there's a little more of that kind of. It's a big rivalry, but there's a little bit of like a friendliness to it at the same time. Whereas the Newcastle Tuttle, maybe not as much. Maybe not as much. But it'll be fun to watch this continue to shake out over the course of the regular season. Another great Friday night of football is a 7-game Friday here, starting with us here between the Racers and the Bombers. And of course, as most know, Midwest City is a OSN school as well, so their crew is also here. So appreciate them making the trip out here. The great Jordan Ray, who Jordan and I do lots of basketball games together over the course of the season. Tom Carpenter, he and I have done some baseball games together the last couple of years. So shout out to their crew. Made the trip out here, and hopefully they have a good stay. First time they've ever been here, I think. It's.
I think so.
Because obviously they didn't come last year with the whole move up to 5A. So a little different. But fun night. It's always fun to play another OSN team, and that's what we have tonight here between the Bombers and the Racers. All right, we'll go ahead and step aside one more time here. We come back. The captains will get out there. They'll do the opening coin flip, and we'll just be about ready to get this thing started. Newcastle Racers pregame show wrapping up after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
Back here in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We are just moments away from getting this one started. The Newcastle Racers and the Midwest City Bombers, a 5A1 tilt on the first Friday night of October. Beautiful night for football, especially now the sun's gone down. It's kind of cooled off a little bit. It's
nice.
just very pleasant out here. It's been a weird season, Billy, because early in the year it was kind of cold. We had the Tuttle game that was legitimately
chilly.
It was chilly,
yes.
and then it's been kind of warm the last couple of weeks. It's kind of been backwards so far. It's going to flip the other way at some point, though. You know,
I'm pretty sure, especially if we go far into the playoffs, you know it's going to flip.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. We would talk about that with OU games in Norman. The first couple home games were kind of cool. It felt like later in the year, tomorrow's going to be hot. Auburn game was hot. That's kind of how it's been. It's been a little bit of a unusual weather year so far in Oklahoma for football season, but it'll fall off and get nice and cold for us here before too long. I'll take this all day until then. So the captains are headed out there for the opening coin toss as per usual. The Racer captains, as always, number 5, TJ Bradford, of course, star running back. Number 64 is Jace Ledoux. Number 74 is Garrett Pratt. And then number 2, Ashton Schumard. We'll head out there for the opening coin flip, which is presented by Tamara Bail Bonds. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. Tamara Bail Bonds are our coin flip sponsor here in the Oklahoma Sports Network. For Midwest City, by the way, the 2 captains, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Number 32 is Finrick Wren. He is a senior. And then number 61 is Dominique Cochran, another senior as well. Typically an older player thing, being the captains for the coin flip. Racers in the black home unis. Midwest City in the white with a black lid. We'll see which way they go for it here on the opening coin flip. See if the Racers If they win it, they take the football to start this one.
You know, they're really starting to feel energy. You know, the fans are below us, but you can just kind of feel they're starting to get excited. And I think it's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah,
I say that a lot.
Great environment here tonight. Always
but
is.
I think they're getting fired up.
Student section, what is it? Is it neon tonight? I'm just going off based on what I'm seeing.
So.
A lot of neon. I'm going to go with neon as your theme here tonight, it would seem. I think Newcastle won the toss. Maybe Midwest City did. I don't know. I'm getting pump fake down there. We'll wait for the official to actually make a signal here. Actually, it was Midwest City who won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So there you have it. It'll be Racer football to start this football game. So we'll get a look at Blake Cresswell and the Newcastle offense on the field first when we kick this thing off. All right, we'll go ahead and step aside one more time. This has been the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Creek Bottom Barbecue and Burgers. When we come back, we'll have football. Newcastle Racers, Midwest City Bombers, opening kick on the other side of this break right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, Uriah Martinez on the camera. We are ready to get this one started. Teams have taken the field. Got some other festivities here pregame, but we're just about ready to get this one started in just a moment. Billy, looking forward to this one here. It's going to be a fun night.
Man. I think you're going to see just a lot of running. I would be shocked if Rogers and Bradford do not have several yards to their resume tonight.
Yeah, gonna pound the rock a little bit this evening, it would seem.
Yes.
With the Racers.
So that's what I always like that better. I always like watching rushing.
Oh yeah. I mentioned it right before the end of the pregame show. If you just tuned in, Racers did not win the toss, Midwest City did, but deferred to the second half. So Newcastle will start the game on offense. They'll be heading left to right on your screen as we get ready to get this one going here in just a moment. Teams are going to head out there. The kickoff, by the way, presented by First United Bank. First United Bank, with over 80 locations across Oklahoma and Texas, is a family bank in every sense of the word. Family owned and operated, built on family values and treating you like family. Spend life wisely. Member FDIC. So, the Racers are out there ready to return. Midwest City Special Teams Unit has taken the field. Back to return for the Racers, Centurio Boykins, number 1, and number 13, Alec Schumard. He's on the near side, Boykins along the far sideline.
Well, they're doing that 2-layer receiving. You see how you got Rogers and Longman up there at the 30 and 35. So kind of if you dink it, you're kicking it to people who can run. If you kick it far, you're kicking it to people who can run.
Yeah, no matter where you go, you like who you got returning the football if you're Newcastle. Beautiful weather, 82 degrees at kickoff. Just a little bit of a breeze, not much of one, a little bit of one though. And we're ready to go here from Gene Reed Field in Newcastle, Oklahoma. Glad to be with us. Friday Night Football on OSN. The kick is away. It'll be Boykins fielding it at about the 11-yard line. He'll take it to his right, gets across the 20, spins down at about the 25, and that's where Newcastle will set up on offense. First quarter presented by HMS Heating and Air. Hey, don't stress. Call HMS, a 40-plus years experience company focused on HVAC and plumbing needs in Newcastle and the surrounding area. Roger, Karen, and Chris will love to take care of your air and plumbing needs. Drop my paper. Look HMS up at hmscomfort.com or call them at 405-392-5413. So here comes Blake Cresswell and this Racers offense, Billy, which has been playing pretty darn well the last few weeks, putting up a lot of points. Last week really ran the ball at will with Bradford and Rogers, who we'll see both on the field here at the same time to start this game.
Yes, and I have to tell you, Cresswell's really done a great job of being a field general out there and the man in charge. He doesn't get a whole lot of credit handing it off and passing it, but he's done a good job.
Under center to start, pretty rare sight. High school football, he'll fake the handoff and pitch it to Longman, who has a couple blockers in front of him. He'll pile forward about the 31, so some creativity on the first play of the game.
Yeah, that was surprising. I figured he was going to go to number 5. The last few games has a first play each time. Looks like they're also going with a little bit of tempo.
From the Newcastle.
So they did give him about 5, maybe 6 there. Somewhere between 31 and 32 is where it got marked. Second down coming up for Newcastle. Rogers comes off. Bradford, the lone back next to the quarterback, Cresswell. Takes a shotgun snap. He'll fake it. Throws it down to Schumard, who makes the catch. And he's wrapped up down at the 39-yard line for a first down and a quick moving of the sticks for the Racers.
Well, apparently I don't know as much as I think I do. As I figured it'd be Bradford and
it was
Rogers
a run
starting it off.
Yeah.
And then they pass it on the second down. So
a good start for Newcastle. 2 plays and a first down up to the 38-yard line. First and 10 at that spot. Going 4 wide here with Rogers in the slot. We saw them do a little bit of that last week as well. Now he'll come back to the backfield. Fake the handoff. Cresswell will use his legs. Breaks the tackle, and there he goes. Blake Cresswell gets a block. He's got a first down and more across midfield down to the 45. We saw that last week in Duncan, Billy. We saw Cresswell use his legs more than he had before that in the previous 4 games, and you see it there, a big run for the quarterback.
Yeah, and a great hold. They just crashed down on Rogers. When he saw that, he took it, and just a good word to Centurio, who had that block out on the edge to get him around the corner.
So a nice design play and well executed the read there. I don't know if that was a straight keeper all the way or if he read it. If he read it, it was a great read because it worked out quite well. A first down and then some into Midwest City territory at the 44-yard line. Fake the handoff again. Throw underneath to Longman out in the flat. Able to spin through some contact. Did a good job just to kind of get anything on that. Midwest City read it pretty well, but he does manage to get about 3 yards out of it.
Well, their defense was down on that pretty fast down here on the corner. Of course, they had everybody in. There wasn't a receiver down at the lower part of your screen. And that play just takes so long to get going.
Still no handoffs for the 2 running backs so far. Can you believe that? A lot of fakes to them. You know those guys are just caged animal right now waiting to get their first carry. And here it is. T.J. Bradford breaks the first tackle, breaks another one, but he is eventually corralled as a swarm of white jerseys were able to get on him. Maybe a yard, not much more than that. Might have been no gain. And it'll be a 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, it didn't look like he gained any right there. They were all ready for him and looking for him. So looks like they're bringing in an extra blocker.
3rd and long coming up. Rogers will come off. Bradford will stay out there as the lone running back. First drive of the game. Been a good start for Newcastle, but trying to keep it rolling here. First third down they faced. Cresswell will roll out to his left. He's got a man wide open as Caden Longman. They just lost him. He's inside the 30 and down to the 25. Not a guy you want to lose if you're Midwest City. There was just no one there to pick up Longman, and he got an easy catch for a first down.
He was open as a nerd at the school dance. I mean, he had nobody around him.
That was just a clear missed assignment. That was a busted coverage there because, he was just camped out. You could see that developing right away, that nobody picked up number 8. Easy first down, and it's 1st and 10 at the 25 now for the Racers. Back to Bradford here, right up the middle. Ooh, wrangled down. Nice tackle there for the Bombers. So that was one of those captains we mentioned earlier, Finrick Wren, number 32. Ben Rogers slow to get up here, holding his leg, it would appear. Bradford was the one who got the carry, but Rogers the one slow to get up here. So they're going to come out and attend to him.
And he was a lead block, so he may have gotten wrapped up in all the tackles there.
They're going to attend to Ben Rogers, obviously a key piece of this Racer team. We'll go ahead and step aside. 9:44 to go in the first quarter. Racers on the move, but an injured man down here in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
All right, back here in Newcastle, Ben Rogers helped off the field there. Slow to get up, not putting anything on that left foot / ankle. Hopefully something that he can get over quick. Obviously a huge part of this team whenever he's really got it rolling. So hopefully nothing major there. We'll keep an eye on that for Ben. As for the Racers offense, 2nd and 9. Now they go back to Bradford, who runs real hard. Able to fall forward, but a hard contact. Boy, him and Wren for 32. That was a collision right there.
Yeah, they're sumo dancing out there, man. Just trying to get through each other. You saw that time Bradford got past him. He grabbed him from behind and had a hard time stopping him.
So give him about 3. Sets up a 3rd and 6. This is what they had earlier on the pass to Longman for the first down. We'll see if they can do it again. Just about 3 minutes in here. First quarter, Racers and Bombers on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Cresswell will roll out to his right this time. He's going to fire near side, trying to scoop it off the turf, not going to be able to. Try to get to Longman again. Basically the same play, but going the opposite direction. But official on the near side said it skipped in there, and it'll be 4th down coming up. And I think Newcastle's going to go for the field goal here, and they are.
That's what it looks like, yeah. I didn't think you definitely don't want to punt it from the 21-yard line.
Well, you know Madrano's got plenty good enough leg.
Yes. He'll hit a car on 130 yet. Oh, here comes a motorcycle. They better
time it up. 38-yard attempt here for Brian Madrano. Try to get Newcastle on the board here first. Schumard, the holder, spot down. Clean kick is up. And right down the middle, a great kick by Madrano, and the Racers are on the board first. They lead at 3-0 here at home. We'll take a timeout. Newcastle leads Midwest City 3-0. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Racers a good first drive, but it stalls out around the red zone. Had to settle for a field goal, but Brian Madrano boots it in from 38 yards out. Boy, I'll tell you what, Billy, this is our 6th year doing this. I don't know if Newcastle's ever had as good of a kicking situation as they have right now. You get around the 25-yard line or so, Brian Madrano is money. Well, I'm not trying to jinx him, but man.
Yeah. And what's incredible is we have had some great, some good kickers over years past, but I think he comes in with power and accuracy, which is a huge, huge reason that we can keep going through the playoffs.
No, he's had a great start to his season, and he nails that one to get the Racers an early lead.
Definitely a weapon you want in your arsenal.
No doubt. So he'll do the honors on the kickoff here. Back to return for Midwest City is number 6, Tavion Tace McGuire. It's a squib kick, fielded on a hop. Taking down the right side, got some blockers, and he got across the 40, out near the 45. A big return for Davion Futter, sophomore, showing some wheels there. That's a heck of a return, and great field position here for Midwest City on their first possession.
That was a unique-looking kick. Now, one thing you will notice if you're watching on screen, Madrano came running from over there with the tackle. So he went over there and joined in.
We saw that a lot. Was that 2 weeks ago against Elgin?
Elgin, yes.
He had a couple times.
Had a few slobber knockers in that one.
Not often you see Madrano not kick it through the end zone.
Yeah, that was weird.
Didn't try. It was a squib. Maybe he mishit her. Maybe that was the intention all along. But either way, it worked out good for the Bombers. They're set up on their own 45-yard line. So here comes the Midwest City offense. Starting at quarterback here. On the slant route pass is caught. Big hit by Lucius Brown. Starting at quarterback, we mentioned pregame, Valor Vaughn, number 18.
Lucius Brown.
Well, that
primary guy. They'll work in Lincoln King a little bit. He's kind of the do-everything guy, number 2.
Well, he's down here in the slot.
Yeah,
at the bottom of your screen there. So you'll see him a lot more receiving.
That pass there to Brown, caught, took a lick on it, but he held on to it. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5, right to midfield. Here's a run on 2nd down. Breaking some tackles, getting up near the first down marker is Richard Harris, junior running back. And it'll be a 3rd down and a short 2, long 1.
Yeah, they're trying to get the flavor of each of their opponent right now, just kind of playing up front. That time you saw the offensive line win against the defensive line. Have to see if that continues happening.
3rd down and 2 here for the Bombers. Racers trying to get a quick stop. Man in motion is Ja'Cory Fletcher. Run up the middle here. Looks like he got it by a hair. Well, it depends on which official you're looking at. Far side makes it look like he might be short.
That's what it looks like. It looks like the far official has him just on the outside of the 45 rather than on the inside where he needs it.
Nose of the football's right on the 45. Midwest City, meanwhile, has an offensive lineman that was trying to tough it out and stay in, but said, no, I can't, and he goes down. Hopefully nothing too major there. They'll tend to him. They are going to mark that a 1st down, by the way, by just the nose of the football.
And I think here's another one, just like we mentioned about Rogers down here. He's right in the middle of that pile. You kind of saw him at the bottom there, so hopefully he'll just hop up and need just a rest.
So, injured player down from Midwest City. We'll go ahead and step aside while they attend to him. 7:09, they go in the first. Racers leading Midwest City 3-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Daquan Washington, the big man that was down there for Midwest City. He was able to walk off the field gingerly, but comes off. We'll see if that affects the Midwest City offense. I think he might have been in there at center. It was hard to tell exactly where he was lined up. He was definitely inside, but Nevertheless, first down for Midwest City at the 45. Low snap fielded by Vaughn. Pressure coming up the middle. He'll bounce outside. Might be a hold. Pass up. Oh, another big hit. But staying on his feet and getting inside the 30 and down inside the 25 was Zoe Leverett. A heck of a play there, but I think it's all coming back. And it is. It's a hold on Midwest City. So wipe that all out.
Wow, he took quite a lick, too. And this is going to back him up quite a ways if they're going from the spot of that flag. Do they go from the spot of the flag, or do they go from the?
It should be the line of scrimmage. It was in the backfield. It was a hold, so it'll be from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 20 here coming up. By the way, Zoe Leverett, who caught that pass and broke that tackle, freshman. It's a big freshman.
Wow, yes, solid.
That was quite an effort from number 24. He's listed at 223, 5'10", 223, freshman. He might be one to remember for a while for the Bombers. But the play doesn't count. The holding brings it back, makes it 1st down and 20. Very interesting formation here. Got 3 receivers to the right. 2 of them are really far back on the line. It'll be a little bubble screen pass out on the far side. Getting up the sideline and getting back across the original line of scrimmage is Aiden Sutton, junior wide receiver. So a nice pickup there for Midwest City. Makes it 2nd down and manageable.
That was a good job of the Racers getting over there and stopping him. And kind of team tackling, giving him no space to run. But he did get 13 yards. That was a good run.
Harmon Warmouth helmet came off, so he has to come off the field for a snap. Meanwhile, that was a 13-yard gain. Makes it 2nd and 7 here for Midwest City, just past the midway point here of the opening quarter. Vaughn will throw. Pressure coming right up the middle. He'll bounce outside, and he'll have to get rid of it. As like a bullet. Who was that? I think that was that Karen Horton, 25, I think.
I believe so.
Or it might have been Scagnetti, 21, which great to see him back on the field, by
Absolutely.
the way. He came in red hot. Scagnetti has been out the whole season, or at least the last few weeks. Can't remember exactly how long
I think he played in the first game, and then he got hurt in practice, I believe.
I'll say a huge part of this defense when he's healthy. He came in with bad intentions on Vaughn there, forced that throwaway. So 3rd and long here. Got to get to the 35-yard line. It's a handoff to Leverett. Pinballs his way near the marker, but definitely short. You would think that Jaquez Washington would probably go for this, though. This area of the field and 4th down and 2.
I think they are. I think they're going to go for it
That's
here.
a play call that would suggest they would go for it, too. I mean, running the ball 3rd and 7.
I mean, anything you kick is not going to go far net, so.
So, big early spot in this game. 4th down and 2 for Midwest City. Vaughn, low snap. It's scooped up by Leverett. He'll bounce outside. Bombers are going to pick this up as Leverett finds a way to stick with it, falls across, and it's a 1st down.
Man, boy, sometimes you just sprinkle a little perfume and it looks good. Man, that was a good job by him finding those holes and getting downfield.
That was just Leverett being a load because that play was obviously a disaster when the snap came in, rolled into Vaughn. Leverett scooped it. Tucker Brown had a clean look at him, but Leverett able to shake that off and move the sticks for a 1st down. By the way, back in is Jaquan Washington, the right guard from Midwest City. He's back in there after hobbling off earlier. Vaughn, meanwhile, will throw here. Dangerous pass, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. That was very scary if you're a Midwest City fan, as Warmouth had a great look at that, but he was able to knock it away.
Yeah, he stayed right on him step for step. That was a great job staying on him, looking back, seeing the ball. Great defense right there, and you had Schumard right over there with him.
So the incomplete pass makes it 2nd down and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
As Vaughn throwing into double coverage there. Haven't heard from Lincoln King yet. He's there in the slot for the Bombers. They'll keep it on the ground here.
Oh, good job.
Not much there at all for Richard Harris, the junior running back. Bit of a different style from Leverett, a little smaller and speedier. He only gets about a yard there.
Yeah, Tucker Brown did a great job of getting there and making his stance, not letting him get past him. When he grabbed him, he didn't get another step.
So it sets up a 3rd down and 9 here at the Newcastle 29-yard line. A chance for the Racers defense to try and hold up here. Again, would have think 4-down territory if Midwest City can at least make this more manageable. We'll see what they do. 3rd and 9. Vaughn will throw out in the flat. Pass is caught behind the line of scrimmage and not a whole lot there at all for Davion Cochran. Only got a couple of yards, so it's going to be 4th down and pretty long here. We'll see what Coach Jacquez Washington wants to do on 4th down.
Well, and that was impressive. You saw the whole backfield and linebackers get over there and cut him off. So that was a great job.
And they are going to go ahead and go for it. So not electing to try what would be about a 45-ish yard field goal from a pretty long field goal in high school football. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Chance for the Racers to get off the field. Vaughn will throw. Steps up and fires, passes, out of the hands, incomplete. It was right there for Lucius Brown, but maybe feeling the footsteps coming as he dropped the football for an incomplete pass. As right there, ready to lay the boom, was Schumard, number 2. I need to specify my Schumars, Ashton. And I think Brown maybe felt him coming and just took his eye off the ball.
Well, he's the one on that first play of the game, or of their offense. He caught that and got nailed before he could hit the ground. So I'm sure that was in the memory.
Yeah, he was open, and that was a good throw by Vaughn. It hit him right in the hands, but it just looked like with Schumar coming in, he just started to turn, and that's all it takes. Take your eyes off it, and he mishandles it. So Newcastle catches a little bit of a break there. It was semi-forced, semi-fortunate, but it's a stop nonetheless. Newcastle gets the football back, leading by 3.
That was a good stop. It looked like they were doing well, and I was really impressed with Vaughn's passes.
So, 1st and 10 on their own 27s, where Newcastle sets up, leading by 3 early. They'll fake the hand to Bradford, going to fire to Boykins up the seam. He had his man beat. Santorio Boykins, can he get there? He will. 73 yards, touchdown Newcastle.
Now, that was a great job. Great pass right there. He just did a one-shot cut and then cut back in the field, and his defender was behind him the entire way, could not catch him. So I believe Boykin is the tallest guy on the team. So
nobody back.
No.
Once Boykins beat his man, Midwest City cornerback Tavion Tace McGuire, once he beat him, there was just no help at all. It was just a race from there, and Boykins beat him to the goal line. 73 yards. And my, from Midwest City driving, looking like they might tie or take the lead. And now it's going to be or it already is a 2-score lead, maybe a 10-point lead if Medrano can boot this through. That was a great throw, too. Hit him right in stride.
Well, and looking forward now, if you're Midwest City, the players out there on the field, after what you've come off already this season, is this something that stands out to you?
Medrano punches it through. And Newcastle's got a 10-0 lead here on their home field over Midwest City. 3:04 to go in the first quarter. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
Celebrating 10 years. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Quite a back-to-back sequence there as 4th down, Midwest City doesn't pick it up on a drop pass. Should have moved the sticks. Very next play, 73 yards. Blake Cresswell to Santorio Boykins for the touchdown, and Newcastle now leads at 10-0 here at home. Boy, Billy, we saw TJ Bradford have that 70-yard touchdown a week ago. Now Boykins here. I mean, those types of plays just totally can flip a game, and you just saw it right there.
Well, and they were gearing up to stop the run. They have not let Bradford get too far out there. And so to take that and use that momentum against them, now they're going to have to wonder, are they going for it or not? Is it going to be a rush or will it be a pass?
Medrano to do the honor on the kickoff, with Newcastle now leading it 10-0. This time he does kick it away. Doing that squib last time didn't work out. That's more like what we're used to as it goes into the end zone. So if there were to be a downside to a 73-yard touchdown, it's that your defense, after they just battled to get off the field, is now right back out there after the one-play score. I mean, a trade-off you're willing to make, obviously, but we'll see how the Racer defense handles getting right back out there here.
Well, and I know a lot of their players play both.
Most guys play both ways anyway.
And so they're going to be even more tired. Especially I don't know who the gentleman was that was chasing Santorio, but they got to go right back out there and pretend like they didn't run.
By the way, you got a great look on that on the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. That long touchdown run from Boykins. Tell you more about Eric Ledoux State Farm after this play. Handoff up the middle for a few on first down. Eric Ledoux State Farm, their dedicated team committed to helping you find the perfect insurance coverage for your unique needs. Whether it's auto, home, or life insurance, we're here to provide personalized quotes and guidance so you can navigate life's roads with confidence. Call for a free quote today, 405-392-3992. Eric Ledoux State Farm, our instant replay sponsor on the Oklahoma Sports Network for Newcastle Racers football. Second down here for the Bombers. Pressure coming. He'll drop it off in the flat. It's caught, but not much there as a good open field tackle by Warmuth, number 15. I'll tell you what, we're saying the name Harmon Warmuth a lot the last few weeks.
Yes, and he's doing good just standing in there and just facing that. And in the offseason, he was doing some passing and stuff at quarterback, but I think they like him better at defensive back.
So I don't have a measurement for Warmuth listed, but he's a big dude, and he's out there lined up across from guarding guys one-on-one. He looks more like a linebacker or a D-end playing at defensive back. It's impressive. Third down. Vaughn's going to throw. Pressure coming from behind. Down he goes.
Luke Fletcher.
Jaden Fletcher was on him. As Vaughn didn't feel him coming, he tried to bounce outside, but it was too late as Fletcher gets home for the big sack, and it's a 3-and-out force by the Racer defense.
Well, that's a great statement right there, getting them out of there like that, and definitely something that they needed to do. They don't want to give them momentum like they did earlier.
Right.
So
nicely done by Fletcher to blow that play up. Gets the sack on Vaughn, and Midwest City will have to punt. Caden Lallman back to return, and he's on the Midwest City 45-yard line. He will have to back up here, and he'll pull it in. Fair catch at the 46, I think. 46 of Newcastle's, but great field position for the Racers, obviously.
I tell you what, that's the biggest punter I think I've seen all season so far. Big number 61.
Yeah, he was doing the kickoffs, too.
Yes, my goodness. He could play rugby kicking like that and running like that.
I like it. So 1:08 to go in the first quarter. Newcastle will set up on their own 46, leading 10-0 over Midwest City. We appreciate you being tuned in wherever you're watching from. Live on Apple, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, of course, the Oklahoma Sports Network YouTube page. If you're tuned in there, appreciate you finding us. And, of course, the website, oksportsnet.com, and the OSN app. Lots of ways to find us. Glad you did however you did. Friday Night Football here on OSN.
It'll be 1st and 10 Racers from their own 46-yard line.
Bradford, the running back behind Cresswell. We still have not seen Rogers since he went down earlier. Hasn't been that many offensive snaps, but still waiting to see if he can get back in there. Bradford on first down will bounce it outside. He's across midfield, breaks a tackle, running through guys inside the 35. Still on his feet, out of bounds.
That was a good, strong run. Good cuts right there. Able to stop on a dime. Great job, Santorio, again, out there on the block, just giving him just enough to get around that edge.
We've watched TJ Bradford for a few years now. I can say with complete certainty, arm tackle is not going to do it.
No.
He runs through arm tackles every time. You got to get him around the waist and the legs. Your only hope. Big run there to the 34. They'll go right back to him. Bounce to the left side this time. Tons of running space. First down and then some. Spins down inside the 20 for the first time tonight into the Trinity Restoration red zone.
Yeah, like I said, he's going to get some yards tonight because I think he's going to be hard to find. If you look at how many blockers were down there where he was getting up, that was a great job and a good run.
So 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Bradford will come off.
It'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, they got Kieran Horton that went in for him.
We haven't seen Horton do a lot of offense this year. We've called his name on defense quite a few times, but with Rogers down for the moment, Horton in there at running back. Final play of the quarter, if they get it off, they will. Cresswell will roll out to his right. He's going to fire far sideline for long and dangerous pass. It goes off his hands, incomplete. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. A great first quarter for Newcastle. They lead at 10-0 and are on the move looking for more. Racers 10, Bombers 0. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Good start to this one for Newcastle. They lead at 10-0 over Midwest City. And they're on the move looking for more into the red zone for the first time tonight. First and 10 at the 18. Clock ticking when it shouldn't be. First play of the quarter. Hand off Bradford left side. He'll cut up the middle. Not much there. Do want to make sure we mention they're into the Trinity Restoration red zone for the first time. Trinity Restoration and Construction has been providing quality construction services for over 20 years. Their team has completed a wide variety of projects, including commercial buildings, residential homes, and industrial facilities. Pride themselves on attention to detail and commitment to customer satisfaction. You can call Trinity Restoration at 405-695-7040. So 3rd and long here now for Newcastle. After an incomplete pass, and then that run goes for nowhere.
Yeah, they were nice and gave him the line of scrimmage.
Horton, the running back, in here next to Cresswell on 3rd and long. Got to imagine a pass coming here. Yeah, they will pass. Pump fake once, sidestep, got some pressure, will dump it off to Longman. Can he make a man miss? You have a flag in the backfield. Meanwhile, Longman's going to score, but the lack of a cheer here in Racer Stadium tells you about all you need to know. As this play looks like it's coming back. I'll tell you what, it's not going to count, but Caden Longman somehow scoring on that.
He squiggled.
How did he do that?
Squiggled and wiggled down the sideline there.
There was nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think nobody cheered because we all saw
Everyone
it over
saw
here.
it, yeah.
You can probably see it on the Ladue replay.
It's savvy football fans out here in Newcastle. Everyone knows what they know what they're seeing out here.
Well, and the guy that did it, I won't say his number. I mean, you can tell when you're carrying a lineman.
Yeah.
So that was it. And I was going to tell you, Kieran Horton has done some really good stuff playing a lot of JV time.
No, good
and
call.
really a hard time stopping him in the JV levels.
So the hold wipes out the touchdown play, obviously, and now backs them way up. It's 3rd and 20 on the 29. I think at this point you're just trying to make it a more manageable field goal from Madrano. So you'd love to pick it up, but they will throw for it. Going to fire deep. Going to look to pick it up and then some in the end zone. Jump ball. Touchdown, Newcastle. Are you kidding me? What a catch. Schumar in the corner.
Oh, that's Caden Longman.
Oh, Longman, excuse me. My mistake. Looked like it was 2 from out here. It's 8. Longman goes up. Jump ball pulls it down. Wow, that was unbelievable.
Beautiful catch. Great job getting down there, getting it at the top of his jump, because his defender is probably a good 4 inches taller than him. So did a great job getting up there and getting it down. And a good pass there by Cresswell. Again, just his passes just get sharper and sharper every game.
Extra point good from Madrano, and just like that, with 10:37 to go until halftime, Newcastle leads at 17-0 over Midwest City. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, 29-yard touchdown toss. Cresswell to Caden Longman, who went up and just jump balled that. Here I am talking about, maybe just run, set up the field goal.
I know.
They throw one up there to Longman. He goes up there and just pulls it down. Great throw from Cresswell, like you said. And so Newcastle's 2 touchdowns tonight have both been highlight-level plays. And the Racers now lead it by 17 here over Midwest City. Madrano will do the kickoff. Ben Rogers, by the way, uniform off. Would appear his day is done. You never know, maybe halftime, who knows, but looks like he might be packing it in for the night, which you hate to see. Kickoff will go into the end zone for a touchback. Make sure we thank our second quarter sponsor for tonight's ballgame, which is Contemporary Family Dentistry. Number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street. You can call them at 405-387-9300.
Well, if you are Midwest City, what do you do, Josh? What do you start doing?
I don't know. I mean, you liked what Vaughn was doing earlier in the game through the air, but obviously last time couldn't find anyone open, and then Fletcher got the big sack. I'm probably feeding Mr. 24, Everett, as much as I can. That kid has he's been the one guy that's really been hard to bring down so far. By the way, it's a change at quarterback. We talked about they might do this, as this is King in there, and he's going to run it. Doesn't go anywhere. Number 2, Lincoln King. We mentioned he's kind of that Swiss Army knife type of player for the Bombers.
Number 2, Lincoln King.
Well, it looks like Vaughn is coming back in.
Yeah, they'll do that. It's kind of like Longman for Newcastle. They kind of will throw him in any variety of ways.
Well, and I think you're right. I mean, he has got such a big girth to try and tackle him. I'm talking about Harris back there. Leverett back there. You need to get the ball to him and let him wear down this defense, but they're not going to him that much. It's been kind of surprising.
2nd and 10 after the run for no gain. Like you said, Vaughn back there at quarterback for this next snap. He'll try and throw for it. Fairly clean pocket. He has to bounce outside. Pressure coming from behind. Got him. That's another sack for the Racers. Looks like it's Big 85, which is Quinn Housley getting in there and wrapping up the legs of Vaughn.
Well, see, and that's what's happening when you don't have a run game. You can just pin your ears back and go at them, and that's what you're seeing in this Newcastle defense. They're just racing to the quarterback.
Pun intended?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. 3rd and long here for Midwest City, whose offense has been stuck in the mud since that 4th down failure. 3rd down, they're going to fire deep. It's a jump ball, dangerous pass, incomplete. Was looking for Davion Cochran. Both Shumards came in on that play. Ashton and Alec. They both almost had a shot at it, but it'll go down incomplete. I don't know who gets the PBU. Maybe they can argue about it.
I know. It goes to Shumard.
Yeah, you wrestle for it.
You ran into Team Shumard right there, and that they have great hands and great mind for playing defensive back. They're not going to let much happen.
Boy, I mean, that 4th down where Midwest City was in position to get points and they have the pass dropped, they haven't been able to do anything since then. Last 2 drives have gone backwards. And the Bombers have to punt it again. Racer defense seems to have kind of found their footing after that first possession. Bad punt here. Oh, big hit on the punter, though. I think this is going to be a roughing the kicker here. The kicker is still down, by the way. Hopefully he's okay. Dominique Cochran, number 61. We mentioned one of the 2 captains of the Bombers. He got leveled on the punt, and this is why
personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Right now that this is a penalty, right? I mean, whenever a punter is punting, they're very vulnerable.
He didn't show personal foul, but I don't know they do that at this level. I think it's all roughing the punter, isn't it?
They called roughing the punter over the PA.
I saw him out there. He did the kick motion, but I didn't see the personal foul motion. That's why I didn't know if they do it at this level.
Should be a first down for Midwest City, I believe. And it definitely is. You see the Racer defense staying out there here. So
at this level, is there a difference between personal foul, roughing?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. I don't have a rule book in front of me.
Yeah.
We need to get we need to start having a Mike Pereira on these broadcasts.
True.
We'll have someone back at the studio for OSN. He can be on all 13 schools.
That's right.
When we need a ruling, we call him.
Do it, Eric.
Yeah.
There, look at that.
Look into that. Here's Leverett. Ball came out, and it's recovered by the Racers. So they get it right back as Leverett was running through guys. It got poked out, and Housley jumped on it. Try to see if we can tell who knocked this out.
Well, and that was a great
that's 15.
job.
That's Warmuth again. No doubt about it. Number 15, Harmon Warmuth, stripped that out. He is doing a little bit of everything right now, Billy, as Warmuth punches it out, and Housley able to jump on it for the recovery. Another injured Bomber down here at the end of the play. That was a heck of an effort, though, by Warmuth to strip that. That was a clean strip by number 15, Warmuth.
And I think that's great eyes. He was holding the ball out. You've heard the term, especially if you're an old OU fan, holding it like a loaf of bread.
Yep.
He was holding it way out from his body, just lending itself to that. We're just fortunate it did not go out of bounds and stayed in.
Injured man down for the Bombers is number 12, Caleb Stevens, who is a senior who's coming off slow. Looks like hopefully he's okay. Stevens, by the way, I do a lot of basketball. Midway, he's a good basketball player, Caleb Stevens, for the Bombers basketball team. That'll be here before you know it, by the way. That always sneaks up, hoops.
Yep.
It's like the University of Oklahoma opener's a month from today. It's like, whoa. The Midwest City, we mentioned their OSN crew here. Jordan Wright does a great job for them. He's a big basketball guy. Jordan and I do a lot of basketball broadcasts together. Yeah, we were actually just talking this week about looking ahead. A lot of optimism about Newcastle Racers basketball this year. A lot of excitement about that team, that program. Coach Brown.
Yep.
Probably getting out here for some hoops this winter.
Yeah, I know Jordan keeps looking over here like, hey, aren't you supposed to be here?
Yeah, Jordan and I do a lot of games together. So Newcastle takes back over on offense, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line after the forced fumble by Warmuth, the recovery by Housley. Right after that, roughing the punter, they get it right back. Fake the handoff. Cresswell's going to throw. He's got all day to throw. Going to fire deep. He's got two men down there, Longman and Schumar, and incomplete. Longman and Schumar were both there. I don't know, honestly, who that pass was for. I think it was for Longman, but I don't know. I really don't know.
And I tell you what, Schumar got behind his defender pretty fast, and it's just too bad he couldn't see him until later.
They both look like they had a step on their guy, but they end up kind of running to the same spot. So incomplete. Newcastle, though, going for another big play there. You're seeing the big play offense here tonight.
Well, and you can see how far back the defense is playing now. You know, they're having to respect the pass game and not just come up and stop the run.
Looks like some miscommunication here for Newcastle offensively, so they'll go ahead and take a timeout. We'll take it to 8:02 to go until halftime. Newcastle leading Midwest City 17-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle leads Midwest City 17-0. 8:02 to play until halftime. 2nd and 10 for the Racers on the 39-yard line of the Bombers. Trying to add to their lead. Fake the handoff. Going to drop it off here. It's caught by Housley, who covered the fumble a moment ago. on defense, and he's able to truck his way forward out near the first down marker, sets up a third down and short.
Yeah, he's a big guy. That's one of the first times I've seen them going to the tight end. That was a great job, and he just ran right through two people, knocked the helmet off of one of the guys.
That was a well-designed play.
And he pulled it in, a great catch. He had to fingertip it to get it in.
So they gave him 9 on that, makes it third down and 1 at the 30. Feel like they almost definitely have got 2 cracks at this.
Right.
But with T.J. Bradford, you're probably only going to need 1.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and score. Why not?
Also on the table. Here is Bradford. He'll run forward. Midwest City did a good job clogging up the running lane, but Bradford still able to keep the legs moving and move the chains for a first down.
And that's one of those ones you got to bring them in. Like I mentioned right before the timeout, they're backing up their defensive backs. So you do a few more runs like that, you get those linebackers, you get the defensive backs coming up, and that will open up your pass game. So you kind of have to go back and forth playing chess.
Right. So first and 10 at the 28-yard line. Newcastle on the move, looking to add to their lead here. Cresswell back to Bradford. Shoestring tackle. As Wren made the initial contact, got some help from a few other guys, but that was well read and a tackle for loss for the Midwest City defense.
And there you see some speed on their defensive line. 32 plays the left defensive end, and he came all the way across to the right side.
Second down and long coming up here for Newcastle as we near the midway point of the second quarter. Stick with us at halftime, by the way. Racer Band will perform here at Gene Reed Field. Bill and I will give you some scores from around the state tonight. Look ahead to the second half of action right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. First Friday night of October. Second and long here for Newcastle. 4 wide set. Running back is Bradford. Cresswell will drop it off, and it looks like miscommunication there on the route as he dumped it off, and Schumar was still running.
He just had to get rid of that one. He had, it looked like it was, let me find his name there, but it looked like King was right in his face. Lincoln King, so.
6 minutes to play, and a third down and 12 here, so an opportunity for Midwest City to get a stop and get off the field. And more whistles. Now, Jacquez, Washington, and Midwest City want to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take it, too. Midway point of the quarter, 6 minutes on the dot. Newcastle leads Midwest City 17-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
Celebrating 10 years. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back here in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle leads Midwest City 17-0. Third and 12 coming up for the Racers offense. Haven't really been behind the chains very much at all tonight, but they are here on a third down and 12. We'll see what they dial up here. Probably got 2 plays to get this at this stage of the field. Cresswell takes the shotgun snap. Steps up, good clean pocket. He'll bounce outside now. Got some room to work with. He'll fire right at the sticks. It's caught the 15. That's a first down into the red zone.
That was just a great job by Cresswell staying alive.
That time it was Schumard. I tried to give him a touchdown earlier, but it was Caden Longman who had that long touchdown catch. That time, though, he finds Schumard for first down inside the 15 and inside the Trinity Restoration red zone.
And a great job by Cresswell. He just slipped out, and they got out of there through a good pass.
That was a great pass on the run. Cresswell has shown an ability. He can really throw it on the move. Been very good at that this year. Here's a handoff to Bradford, left side. Oh, look at the blocking here. Runs over a guy, hurdles another one. Touchdown, TJTD. Oh, my goodness. Put that one on the highlight reel, add it to the very long highlight reel for TJ Bradford as the Racers add to their lead.
Well, and they have been bouncing into each other all night, and that was the one.
Oh.
TJ Bradford got the best of him that time, and good, strong run there to the left side. Great job blocking out there on that side. They had run Longman all the way to the other side, so they were short on that end, so it was a great job.
13-yard touchdown run for TJ Bradford, continuing his sensational senior season. Extra point for Medrano is hooked in there. And Newcastle continues to pour it on. They lead at 24-0 over Midwest City. 5:40 to go until halftime. Stick with us, high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. TJ Bradford, 13-yard touchdown run to add to the Newcastle lead. They now lead 24-0 over Midwest City. Boy, Billy, I mean, you have to guard against taking it for granted what TJ Bradford is and what he does to this offense. But, man, plays like that where he just runs through another guy, hurdles another one. He makes it look routine. He does it every week.
Absolutely, and just running right behind Jaden Fletcher. He's a big fella, number 41, getting down there and making a hit. Making it difficult to get a square shot on him.
So Newcastle pouring it on. They lead at 24-0 over the Bombers. Medrano will boot the kickoff away. He's kind of mastered getting it right in that corner, hadn't he, as another touchback. I like how the first kickoff of the night was the squib. Midwest City got it out near midfield, and none of that since then. I mean, all touchbacks since then.
Yeah, it almost seems like he probably came over and had a little talk with Coach.
Yeah.
Said, don't do that
hey,
again.
Hey, man, you got a big leg.
That's right.
So the kickoff brings it out to the 20, the touchback, I should say, out to the 20. 5:40 to go. For Midwest City, feels like kind of make or break time as far as getting some sort of a drive. Remember, the Racers did start this game with the ball. So if you're the Bombers right now and you put together a drive, try to get some points, you get the ball to the second half, you could try to maybe work your way back in this, but got to get it going here soon in a big hole now on the road. See what they do here. 1st and 10 to 20. Handoff to Harris. Oh, big hit. Went for a few there. Coming across, I think that might have been Fletcher again. It was. 41. He's having a nice night, both offensively and defensively. He laid the boom there.
Yeah, you can just look at number 41 there. His shoulder pads cover his ears. I mean, he's just a big fella. He came across and just missiled him.
Does he have a neck roll? I can't tell from here.
It doesn't look like it, but
It might just be hiked up a little bit back there. I like it, though. I like the aesthetic. 2nd down and long. After the short run on 1st down. Vaughn will get rid of it quickly. Pass underneath. Make one guy miss, but not going to get the second one as a nice open field tackle wrapped down by Preston Scagnetti.
He's brought down to 21.
It's good to see him back.
Great to see him back.
You know they have missed him.
So another short gain. Makes it a 3rd and manageable here for Midwest City. Call it 3rd and about 4. With 4:45 to play until halftime. Racers in front, 24-0. Vaughn will try and throw here. Pressure coming from both sides. He'll drop it off. Oh, breaks one tackle and able to dive his way across the 30 for a 1st down is Lincoln King. Didn't get it by much, but you don't need to get it by much as they'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Midwest City.
That was a good call by Coach over there. Have him overrun it and just hit it dink it right behind him.
Yeah, that was good patience by Vaughn because there were 2 or 3 black jerseys that were in on him quick, but he held on to it. and waited for King to get across. Dropped it off to him, and it worked out. 1st down. Vaughn, a junior quarterback for Midwest City, by the way, so he has another year after this one if he wants it here at Midwest City. Going to take off, pressure coming, able to evade a couple defenders. He's going to try and run for it. He will, and he gets knocked out of bounds. Another hit by Warmuth. Does get a couple out of it, though.
Pushed out of bounds, number 15, Harmon Warmuth.
He does. Gets a little pop, knocks him out of bounds, make sure he's going out. Looks like Vaughn followed him a few steps, saying, "That was a great hit, sir. Great job."
Few subs here. Newcastle gets some fresh bodies onto the field for the second down and long.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Vaughn, pressure coming. He'll try and get away. He's able to get rid of it to Harris. He's got him in the middle of the field. There he goes. It's a race. Racers trying to run him down. Harris inside the 25, inside the 20. Ball came out at the end. It's on the turf. Who wants it? It's anyone's ball now, and it's Newcastle ball. Another turnover forced by the Racers.
Wow.
Oh, man. What a play to run that down.
Yeah, and that was Ashton Schumart who ran him down and grabbed that football.
No doubt about it. Just looked at the replay. Number 13, it was Alex Schumart. Number 13 was the one who chased him down. And not only did he save the touchdown, he ripped it away. And the Racers get the football back. What an unbelievable hustle play by Alex Schumart.
Wow.
And Newcastle showing an affinity for punching that football out right now as they get their second one of the night.
Well, definitely are seeing something in these runners, how that might be easy to do. So I think you're going to have some talk at halftime about running and keeping that ball protected. But that was just one. I thought he was going to go another 10, 15 yards for getting tackled.
When he kind of got to that second level, the defense, Richard Harris, it looked like a touchdown, frankly. But Racers hustling down, able to catch up with them inside the 20. Not only did they catch him, but they ripped it free and got the football back. What a play by Schumart. Wow. Great hustle. And so Newcastle forces another turnover, and they get the football back. And you can go back the other direction with it. So plenty of time, 4:02 to go until halftime. That was impressive. That was an impressive play. That was awesome. First down, Cresswell will give the handoff to Bradford. Not much there at all. Bombers were ready for it. As Bradford's going to lose a couple.
Yeah, that was a great job. They tried that delay handoff to him. Just they're ready for it. They are gearing in on Bradford. They're going to have to do probably what they did at the first of the game and use him a little bit as a decoy for a while.
Well, so you're stuck, as we talked about it last week against Duncan, that back and forth, that Bradford-Rogers. You're seeing a lot more of just kind of riding Bradford, which great guy to roll with every single snap. But when you have that mix, that's when you really are lethal. And obviously Rogers out of the game right now. As they'll go Bradford here, but he can do this at any time, too. There he goes down the sideline. T.J. Bradford, can he go? Oh, they just get him from behind. As a shoestring tackle by Tavion Tice McGuire saves what would have been a massive touchdown run, but as it stands, it's a big one, about a 60-yard gain, and it gets him down to the 22.
My favorite part of that run is when he shoved his blocker out of the way. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was great. And I got to give it to McGuire. How many high school players would have said, forget it?
Yep.
He chased him down and brought him down, and that may be a difference in whether they score or not.
T.J. Bradford is just a bona fide home run hitter, and he can rip one at any time. Just barely didn't get about an 80-yard touchdown there. North of 80 would have been.
Great vision.
Timeout by Coach Washington wants to give his defense a chance to catch their breath. Racers will come off the field looking for more. It's been all Newcastle tonight. They're on the 22-yard line looking to add. 2:57 to go until halftime. Racers in front 24-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Racers set up 1st and 10 at the Midwest City 22. Looking to add to their 24-0 lead here before halftime. Horton, the running back behind Cresswell on 1st down. They'll fake it to him. He's got Longman wide open in the flat. He's going to drop it off to him. Longman going to the sideline using those speed, and he falls forward inside the 10. 1st and goal, Newcastle.
That's a great call right there. Caught
Perfect.
them over pursuing. I was still waiting to see Horton do that first run and see how he does at this level. But that was a good call. Good call going to Longman.
Yeah, that was perfect, and a great job by Cresswell just to kind of float it out there, let Longman run underneath it, and then use the legs from there. And it's 1st and goal, Newcastle at the Midwest City 9, looking to add on to their already big lead here at home. Cresswell faked the hand off to Bradford, fires to Boykins, and he's tackled the one. That's going to be pass interference. Felt that one coming all the way. As Boykins had a step on his man. Would have been his 2nd touchdown of the night, but a penalty here going to go against the Bombers. It'll be 1st down, even closer now, inside the 5.
Well, and he had to foul him. I mean, he had to do that. Yeah, you know, it had to. If he wouldn't have, there'd been 6 points. So
it's worth doing it if it's going to be. If the other option is touchdown, I'd rather commit the penalty for sure. So 1st and goal for Newcastle now inside the 5 at about the 4. 2:46 to go until halftime. Newcastle on the cusp of a 30-point lead here.
Wow.
Been a dominant first. This has been the best half they played this season, I think, Billy. It's been really, really impressive.
Oh.
Whistles, and they're going to move it closer. They're actually going to move it up to the 2. Okay.
Wow.
The 1st and goal Racers for the 2-yard line.
Handoff Bradford the right side. Pummels his way forward. TJTD. 2nd of the night for the star running back for the Racers as he punches it in. And Newcastle just keeps on keeping on. A 30-piece here in the first half in front of the home faithful.
Well, and that's exactly what Midwest City didn't want. When they started that last drive, they wanted to go down the field and perhaps not even give it back to the Racers. Instead, they lose the ball down here on about the 20-yard line, and then you got Newcastle scores another touchdown.
It's another big night being put together from TJ Bradford. Nothing new about that. 2 touchdowns and probably about 100 yards by now, maybe over. You have that 60-yarder in there, too. 2:39 to go until halftime. Racers in complete command. They lead at 31-0 over Midwest City on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. All Racers here tonight. 31-0. They lead Midwest City with 2:39 to play until halftime. Been a little everything, Billy. I mean, the defense has obviously been great. They forced a couple of turnovers. Offensively, you had 2 long touchdown passes, including a 73-yarder to Centaurio Boykins that kind of really opened the floodgates. But the last couple of drives, it's been the run game, and TJ Bradford just pounding the rock.
Well, and they've been playing just like dogs with their foaming at the mouth, just on all aspects.
Yeah.
Just even watch it, even just on a kickoff. They know what's going through the end zone, but watch them get down there.
Madrano will give it a boot. Right back in that corner again. Did he make it to the end zone on that one? Looks like he did. Head official says it did get there. That was close. So it is another touchback from Madrano, and Midwest City will take it out to the 20 with 2:39 to go until halftime. An impressive display being put on right now by the black and blue.
Well, I don't know if this is a
complete half of football so far.
I don't know if this is a good time or not, but just kind of a shout out to our cross country team in Arkansas, kind of helping us out with that roughing the kicker call. So they just sent us a picture of everybody watching the game inside a hotel room.
Oh, heck yeah.
So we're famous even in Arkansas, whatever that means.
There you have it. There you have it. So Midwest City will take over on the 20-yard line. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
They're out near the 30. Now they're backing them up. Okay, I was going to say, what did I miss here? Touchback takes it back to the 20. That's where Midwest City will start. Bombers have one timeout to work with, 2:39. So, I mean, time, but you got to find, I mean, it's just find something if you're the Bombers right now to take into the locker room with you, because it's been all Newcastle since the first half of the first quarter. Little jet sweep here to Lincoln King. Just nothing there. He ends up losing a couple as Newcastle just took off that edge.
And that was a good job. You saw Newcastle not committing to go in and hit him, but just cutting off all his angles until he runs out of green.
Yep.
So that's a smart play by the defense.
King, who's got a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed, but not able to get around that edge on the Racer defense there. So he loses a couple, sets up second down and long for Midwest City. Harris next to Vaughn. Fakes the handoff to him. Was going to try and throw it out to the far side. Nothing there. Vaughn will try and run with it. He'll sneak his way forward for a few, but it'll still set up a third down and long.
That's a great job by Caden Longman out there. He's on an island there with number 14, Josiah Brown. And that's where the quarterback wanted to go, but Longman cut him off. He had nowhere to throw it.
So third down and call it 8 here. Vaughn bobbles the snap, able to stick with it. Steps up in the pocket. He'll try and run for it, and he's going to get it across the 30. Hang on to that ball as he gets down to about the 35. Racers were looking for another forced fumble there as Tucker Brown makes the tackle. Almost had the ball shook loose, but it'll be a first down for Vaughn on the ground.
Yeah, that was a good job of hanging onto that ball because you know they went after it. They may have seen White with the black helmet, but they wanted to tackle that brown ball.
So first and 10 up to the 35. Vaughn will throw.
Uh-oh.
You're going to drop it off. Pass was deflected. Good job getting into the backfield there. I think that was 28, Karsten Pupke, who got the hand on it.
Well, it is a good thing, too. Their number 9, Davian Cochran, was wide open going down the bottom side of your screen. So it was a good thing they didn't see him.
Yeah, that's one thing Midwest City has not done tonight is really stretch the field.
Right.
They've had some nice passes kind of in the intermediate, some nice runs with Leverett especially, but nothing over the top at all. Second down, they'll run it with Vaughn. Oh, my, a big lick laid as Pupke wrapped him up, and then Housley came in and laid the boom on that. That was a pop right there.
That was scary ugly right there. I mean, you had a quarterback that was being held down by one and just clobbered by the other.
Well, Housley not a little individual either by any means. He
I'm
came
glad Vaughn's up.
Got that smell. Got some grilling a little something out here.
It looks like
How
it.
do we get in on that? Third and long here for the Bombers.
Oh.
Under a minute and a half. Vaughn drops the snap, and then he's dropped in the backfield for a sack. Guess who? Housley again. That was his possession right there as Housley gets the big sack to end the drive.
Well, and they just cannot get anything going. Just having a hard time, and we're winning the trenches. That's one of the things that's happening right there. He barely got the ball picked up, and there were 4 black jerseys back there with him.
Under a minute until halftime. Newcastle not going to press the issue too much here. Midwest City going to let it wind down as far as they can go. Racers still have 2 timeouts, so with the way they're moving the ball, they got time here to get more points if they want it. We'll see how aggressive they are. Punt is away. Longman will fair catch it at the 38 with 39 seconds to work with. And we'll see what Newcastle wants to do. Again, 2 timeouts to work with, so we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Well, and what would you do? You're Brickman.
The Newcastle 38.
39 seconds left in the half.
I mean, you want to throw one up to one of these wide receivers. I don't think that's the worst thing.
I say I don't like it whenever they just kind of suddenly go just not playing and prevent.
Or maybe even run the ball on first down and see how much you get and then kind of go from there, sort of a thing.
Yeah, play your ball. And of course, if you look right now, you got Horton and Bradford in there at the same time.
Yeah, interesting. Boykins down here on the near side, Longman, Schumard up at the top. See what they do. 1st and 10 on the 38.
Oh,
there's a free 5, making it a little easier.
Boy, I am not doing good at my fortune telling tonight. That was not even on my radar. Yeah, they got him coming in.
That'll make it a little easier. We might get an opportunity to see just how big Medrano's leg is.
That would be interesting.
I wouldn't hate it.
No, not at all.
There's not really any sort of a breeze. Very little.
No.
I mean, it's a little bit, but by Oklahoma standards, it is.
Yeah.
It's still tonight.
It's a dead night for Oklahoma.
All right, so 1st and 5 up to the 43 now. The clock has been ticking, by the way. They lost a lot of time there. It shouldn't have been running. They'll drop it off to Boykins. Boykins making guys miss, trying to get to the other side of the field. Oh, my gosh, he's still up. He's still on his feet. Centurio Boykins. That was the hardest anyone has ever worked for about 2 yards. And we have some late flags coming in on the hit.
Yeah.
So they're going to get a bunch of extra yards here. There was about 10 seconds that ticked off for no reason there. That if this game was a little tighter, I think someone would have to address that. But
when he got Santonio Boykin right there, Santorio Boykin, he ran 50 yards, picked up 12, and then they have a personal foul, tackled him way out of bounds on the Newcastle side. So fortunately, he got up and went out. I love it. He's doing the what did I do?
That was unbelievable, by the way. He broke like 6 tackles on that.
Yeah.
So now Newcastle's up. Where are they going to mark this thing?
Man, they're still going.
I mean, with Medrano's leg, you've got 2 timeouts still. So 2 plays to get it into field goal range if you're not there already. They're at the 37, so you're looking at about a 55-yarder from there. You figure you're going to get more yards here. You can definitely run the ball here, too, if you want.
Wow.
See what they do. We got Horton in at running back. Cresswell will throw. Play action going deep. He's got Boykins up over the top, and he just overshot him. I'll tell you what. I want to make sure the clock was running there before, and it shouldn't have been. It was running there again when it shouldn't have been, and the official was the one saying to wind it. I don't know if that's because of the score.
Yeah,
but, I mean, there's no – he ran out of bounds, and there was a penalty. I mean, that's open and shut. That you're not winding the clock. But maybe it's a score thing. I don't – hand up, I'm not 100% on that. But, I mean, the clock definitely should not have been running. But in the fairness to the clock operator here at Racer Stadium, the head official said to wind it.
That's right.
Odd.
Some of this stuff is just so weird this year.
There's been some weird stuff. And why not more? As we have whistles here. It's a false start on Newcastle. Delay a game on Newcastle, okay. So now they'll back up. They have 1 play here. You got 1 play to get it into field goal range.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just Creswell wanting to show off and throw it to the end zone from the 42 rather than the 38.
With Medrano's leg, if you can get about, 10-ish, you could at least consider trying it.
I think if you got 5.
Well, now the clock's ticking again.
Oh.
And that's going to end the half. Well. And that's what Newcastle's saying. Why is the clock running after a penalty? That was a bizarre end of the half. Well, now they're saying to put time back on. I don't know what's going on, Billy Collier. We've gotten it's gotten weird out here.
They're saying put 7 seconds back on the clock. So
the clock has ran in this second quarter when it shouldn't have been running several times. The very start of the quarter. The quarter started with the clock running.
Yeah.
The first play of the quarter. So they put 7 up there. It was 8 before. I don't know where they got 7 from. Play action. That could be a big second. Throw far side is caught by Boykins. It's the final play of the quarter now, and Boykins wrangled down, but there's a penalty. Penalty flag down way after the play. Teams are both running off, but there's a flag down.
Right, it looks like he's calling them back out to the field.
Midwest City 0, Newcastle 31.
All right, well, it's a hold on Newcastle, so you don't need to.
It,
Newcastle or Midwest City can just decline it or accept it. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they have declined it.
That was a bizarre end of the half, Billy Collier. But at the end of it, Newcastle leads at 31-0. Well, I mean, we said it briefly there. That's got to be the most complete half they've played this year. That was really good stuff from Newcastle offensively and defensively.
Yes, just going after the ball. You know, they usually go after it, get good tackles, square up, good technique. Watching them just going after that ball, and of course, watching Midwest City the way they're carrying it, you should go after the ball. But it's really been impressive watching them do that.
So at the end of 2 quarters, Newcastle's in complete command. They lead at 31-0 over Midwest City. Billy and I will step aside. The Newcastle band will perform here at Gene Reed Field. We'll let them do their thing. We'll keep the stream up. You can watch that, and then we'll rejoin you in about 15, 20 minutes or so, and we'll give you some scores from around the state tonight, and we'll look ahead to the second half of action between the Racers and the Bombers. Halftime show up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
All right, back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez working camera for us tonight here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Appreciate you being tuned in. Just moments away from getting the second half started. Newcastle in command here in our game, 31-0. Some other scores across 5A on this first Friday night of October. Bill and I mentioned pregame. We'll have a keen eye on Duncan in Southeast. That's the only other 5A1 game in action tonight. Duncan all over the Spartans, 31-7. Billy and I, we said Duncan looked pretty good last week. Southeast, a 5-0 start to the year, but that looks like it's going to come to an end tonight unless they can mount a big comeback. It's all Duncan out there, 31-7. The Demons in front. Coweta leads Bishop Kelly 15-14. Claremore 48-18 on Nathan Hale. 35-7. Guthrie leading Noble. Pick it up, Billy. My phone is glitching out on me here. Give me some other scores.
Just let mine get up going, too. Yeah, Claremore for Nathan Hill. You already mentioned the Duncan Southeast. Bishop Kelly and Coweta in a dogfight. Coweta leading 15-14. Guthrie in charge of Noble, 35-7.
I'm surprised Shawnee 7-0 on Booker T. That's a little bit of a surprise there. Booker T maybe not having quite the year that we thought they might coming into the year. McAllister 24-0 on Edison Prep. Carl Albert, big winners last night over El Reno, 49-7. We mentioned Lawton Mack, winners last night, 61-0 over Classen in our district. And then Del City, really big winners last night over Tulsa Memorial, 79-0. Holy moly, Billy Collier, 79.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. A few other 4A scores of interest here in the Tri-City. As we pull it up, Bethany and Blanchard in a good one, 20-20. It's in the second half. The game's on OSM, by the way, if you want to get a second screen up. Might be a fun finish there between the Broncos and the Lions. Cass, 21-0 on top of Woodward. That game's on OSN. Tuttle smashing Medill, 62-0 in that one, down in 4A. Well, Billy, as far as our game here, 31-0, second half about to start. A key for you, it was a great first half. Best half that Newcastle's probably played this year, most complete half. So it's hard to ask for a key, but just keep it up, I guess, right?
Well, and especially since our keys were run the ball, and they have done great balance on both. I think just not changing the game, not trying to lay back, play cover, and just end the game right here, because I guarantee you those guys in white across the way, they're not done playing. They're not happy with how that half ended. You can see a little bit of the emotions getting them at the end of the half. So they're ready to keep fighting. And so what I would say is Newcastle just needs to keep being Newcastle. Just keep playing.
Second half kickoff presented by First United Bank. Brian Madrano will do the honor. Midwest City will start things on offense. And as we mentioned all the time, if you're with us every week, you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but point differential matters. So it maxes out at 15, so obviously Newcastle's way past that right now, but you don't want to mess around. You want to make sure you win this thing by at least 15, so
Yeah.
Expect Newcastle to keep their foot on the gas and keep it going.
That's right. As of the first of the game, that's what separated us and Southeast.
Yeah.
Probably a little different after tonight, the way it's looking, but
no doubt.
Set to kick for the race, number 46,
So Madrano will boot it away. As the Racer defense will start things out. Kick goes into the end zone. Newcastle defensively, first drive of the game, Midwest City worked it down the field. Didn't get a fourth down, and after that, it was all Racers.
Yes.
Really good defensive play. Forced a couple of turnovers on some strips. Been really good stuff on this side of the ball. Newcastle hasn't given up a point since the first half against Duncan last week. Obviously pitched a shutout the second half of that game last Friday night, and so far tonight.
That's right. Four quarters. They haven't had a punt tonight. And you talk about the special teams. Madrano's pretty much taken any momentum out of the special teams for him, except for that first kick.
Yep, no doubt.
And so I really am trying to find a way to see where Midwest City's at least holding their own in any aspect of the game, but I'm not seeing it as of right now, but it's a whole half to play.
So we'll see what the Bombers do. First possession of the second half. Starting on their 20-yard line, Valor Vaughn, the quarterback, back in there for the Bombers. First down run is Leverett. Goes nowhere, blown up immediately in the backfield. Getting in there, blowing that up was Braden Cantrell, senior defensive lineman.
Yeah. He just ran in. That was one of those plays where, the line won, and he had no place to go.
No gain there, sets up a 2nd and 10 for Midwest City as the first down for Leverett knocked down to the backfield, or right at the line, I should say. Man in motion is Fletcher. They'll fake the handoff. Tries to throw it near side, incomplete, intended for Davion Cochran. Make sure we thank our third quarter sponsor, which is OEC, taking high-speed fiber where no one else will. No contracts, no fees, just a good connection. Bringing you the power of high-speed fiber services to your door. Check them out at oecfiber.com. 3rd and 10 coming up here for Midwest City offensively. After the incomplete pass and the first down run that didn't go anywhere, chance for a quick 3-and-out force for the Racer defense. Vaughn will roll out to his left. Couple of guys chasing him. He'll get rid of it. Dangerous pass. It's caught. That's going to be a first down for Midwest City. I don't know how Vaughn managed to slip that in there to Leverett, but he did, and a good catch for the freshman running back. That's 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
Well, that's a really good pass. You know he's going to get popped, but Vaughn just laid it up there and put it to him. So that was a great pass by him.
Really was. Very nice play for Vaughn, and Midwest City picks up a 3rd and 10. So move the sticks, first down. Drop it off near side, pass caught. Trying to get up the sideline and will for a few yards there is Lucius Brown, number 10.
Lucius Brown.
Decent pickup on first down.
Well, and if he's the same guy from the last half, he's hard to take down. You see him grabbing and pulling on it. He's just pulling them with him. That's a good run after the catch.
Gave him 3 there. Sets up a 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 35.
Vaughn fakes the pitch, and not a lot there. That was a good job staying home by a couple of Racer defenders. Look like Cantrell again, along with, I think that's Austin Collins, number 23. Or no, excuse me, 33. Thomas Barbie, yeah.
Yeah, good disciplined football right there.
See 33, you still kind of think of Justice Conway.
Yeah.
We're several years removed from that, by the way, and I'd like to think that he's tuned in right now, and he just said, hey, got a shout-out. Boy, was he fun to watch.
Oh, he was. He's out Swansea right now.
That's right. Handoff here, Leverett. Somehow managed to stay on his feet. Picked up a few. Isn't Zachary Roberts out there as well? Could be mistaken.
Zach Roberts, he's a senior and a captain.
That's right. That's right. I thought that was right.
I know that. My daughter goes there.
It's a pipeline. Newcastle Swansea.
It is.
4th down and short after that 3rd down run. Bombers going to go for it. Snap. How did he catch that? And fly, people weren't ready. That's not going to count. That was one of the most impressive snap catches I've ever seen. I got to watch the replay. How did he catch the snap?
I'm not even sure his hands were involved.
I watched the replay. The ball basically just went between his arm and his leg perfectly and just got stuck there. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. I was going to tell you also, Rex
Just saw the
Heskew.
replay of it on State Farm, Eric Ledoux State Farm. That was 1 in a million.
Wow. Well, I was going to tell you, Rex Heskew's out at SWASU as well playing.
That's right.
Red
a whole
shirt.
bunch of them. Half the team is racers. So the penalty backs him up. But Shane says third down. Now it says fourth down. So this is a fourth down and a long 5, short 6 now to the penalty. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Tried to slip it into Brown. Bombers were hoping that the contact got there early. I will say it was definitely close. Trying to get it to Lucius Brown. Longman hit him. I tend to lean, if it's close enough that you're not sure, nothing.
Let them play.
That's how I tend to lean on those.
Yeah, let them play.
So a good defensive play by Longman. Another fourth down stop for the Racers. And Newcastle will take over offensively on the Bomber 37-yard line with 9:33 to go here in the third.
Well, and I hope they saw there were some good runs there if they could establish a run. However, Newcastle's just stopping them at every point they can and winning the line. You hear me say that every week. The line's what wins, and they're just winning the offensive and defensive line down there.
So Newcastle takes back over on offense. Cresswell, the quarterback, in there with T.J. Bradford next to him. Got to wonder how much longer until maybe start to pull some of these top-line guys out if it keeps going the way it's going. Still a good amount of game here left. Jet sweep here, a little pitch to Longman. Well read by Midwest City. Devon Durham was on that all the way. Excuse me, it was actually 27. Kayvon Curry read 37. 27 Curry, who really did a good job reading that play all the way and getting a tackle for loss.
Well, you got to give it to Curry right there. He stayed home. He didn't initiate. He just stayed there and was able to stop him. Good job.
Loss of 3 sets up a second down and 13 for the Racers. Cresswell will hand it off to Bradford. Bradford up the middle, slipping his way forward. And out near the 30, I think he's just short, but out near another first down. He has just got an ability to just bend and meld his way through just little gaps of space. That's all he needs.
Well, and that's what I've noticed this year. I haven't maybe once or twice seen him take a full-fledged hit. He's able to alleviate getting the full-on hit and sliding and bouncing off of him.
Sets up a third down and 2. 11-yard run there from Bradford. Back to him again, up the middle, first down, and then some. Bradford, there he goes! TJTD number 3, 30 yards.
We could have run through that hole. That hole was huge. The line just opened it up, and they were coming on a blitz, and it kind of left them in the gaps. He just had to beat one person, the middle linebacker, made it around him, and ran it in for a touchdown. I will be very curious how many yards that he has.
Well, he's definitely well north of 100 now.
Oh, well, no,
just on that touchdown and the 60-plus yarder earlier, he's there.
I'm wondering if he's eclipsed 200.
Extra point from Medrano is up and through. 8:38 to play in the third. Newcastle keeping it rolling. They lead 38-0 over Midwest City. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. TJ Bradford, 30-yard touchdown run, his third of the night. Makes it 38-0 Newcastle. Billy, I'm trying not to just give the Player of the Game award to TJ Bradford every week, but he makes it so hard. The Integris Health Newcastle Player of the Game. 3 more touchdowns for him tonight. Just unbelievable. So much fun to watch.
Well, and he's coming up on the yards he got last week, which was 281. So he may eclipse that.
Kick away. First time.
Ooh.
Oh, they ran into each other. Staying on his feet somehow is the Bomber returner. He takes another big hit short of the 25. Josiah Cryer.
Oh, man.
Do that sound effect again.
I got to give it to him, man. He got hit by his own player, then he got clobbered by 2 racers.
Billy sound effect.
Man.
Ooh. Oh, man. So after the 25, so Midwest City will start. It's the first time they've returned to kick since that very opening squib after Newcastle's field goal to start this game way back when. 38-0 Racers, 8:32 to go in the third. 25-yard line is where the Bombers will start. Just trying to get off that goose egg right now is Midwest City. All Racers in this one. Vaughn gives it to Lever up the middle.
Oh, good cut.
Good job sidestepping there, trying to find some space, but not much. Newcastle able to collapse down on him. He only gets about a yard.
It looks like he's down by Bradford. Around there just grabbing hold of the ankles.
Why not add some tackles for Bradford? Sure.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah. Me, I'd be sucking oxygen by now. Making those same noises I made a second ago with Chris Berman.
2nd and long. Vaughn will throw. Pressure coming. Down he goes. You felt that one immediately. In there again. Number 33, Thomas Barbie. Making his presence felt in this second half. Gets a sack there.
They are just unloading on that front line. They're playing a 4-3 with the kind of the wandering Viper, and the line just cannot stop them. It's incredible.
So now 3rd down and 15 after that sack. Bombers again going the wrong direction. Vaughn will try and throw. He will get rid of it out of the middle of the field. Picked off! This is Schumard. He's got room down the left sideline inside the 10. Cut back and touchdown, Newcastle! Pick 6! Wow. Ashton Schumard pouring on at Gene Reed Field.
That was incredible. And you know that the way that play came out is all the pressure they're getting on the quarterback. He's getting a little nervous, getting tiptoes, kind of tapping around back there. Throws it earlier than he meant to, and it went right to Ashton Schumard. So add a defensive touchdown to an already busy touchdown night on offense.
There's not much more you can do tonight than what Newcastle has done. I guess you need to get a special teams touchdown somehow. That's the only thing missing, because it's been an all-around display this evening. 7:22 to go in the third. Extra point. This is not Madrano, by the way. Different kicker in there.
Chris Perez.
The lefty. Nope. I think it was 38. Yeah, Chris
top.
Perez. Yeah, you got it. 38, Chris Perez. The lefty kicker punches it through. And it's now 45-0 Racers with 7:22 to go in the third. We'll take a timeout. All Newcastle here tonight on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, 45-0 in favor of Newcastle. Billy, I mean, this is one of the more thorough displays we've seen in a while from a Newcastle team. This has been a little bit of everything tonight. Still over a quarter and a half to go, but 45-0 on a Midwest City team that has got athletes. And, you know, the first quarter of this game, I mean, that first drive, you kind of felt like we might be in for a dogfight here, and it just has not been that way at all.
Well, it hasn't. A couple of times that you think they're getting momentum, Newcastle's taking it right back on a 4-and-out or a fumble or an interception, have not allowed them to get any momentum going.
Whistles right on the kickoff. They call it delay game.
Wow.
On Newcastle. I don't know if I've ever seen a delay game on a kickoff. I don't know if I even knew you could get a delay game on a kickoff.
I know. Isn't this where they wait till every player is set and ready to go and then start the clock?
I don't think I've ever seen delay a game on it. Just take a quick survey of the Racers sideline right now. Coach Blue and Coach Bradford both just kind of like, what just happened? Hands on hips, just perplexed.
Are you kidding me? Oh, they had to wait for the football, too. They started their clock before they had the football.
Oh, yeah, because he went ahead and kicked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on tonight, Billy. It's been a weird night. Been a weird night at the ballpark.
Entertaining. That's what we'll call it.
All right, let's try that again. Brian Madrano will boot it. Fielded inside the 5. I think that hit off his leg, didn't it?
I don't see a flag.
If it did, they're pinned inside the 5. I think that bounced off the return man's leg.
Think so. Did they get it on the replay? No, they're bringing it out to
Carson Wade is saying it hit his foot.
They're going to have to talk about this. They're walking out towards the 20, so there'd either be a flag and on the 35 or it hit him and it's on the 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not at the 20.
Yeah.
Because it's either a flag or they're, like you said, they hit off his leg and it will be inside the 5. I think that's what they're saying. They're going to pin him inside the 5, I think.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
All we need is a safety.
Yeah, that would add
Golly.
to the checklist. Going for the what am I looking for here? Like scavenger hunt of things you can do.
Oh, man.
Wow, they're going to be inside they're going to be at the 2.
Wow, and that was generous.
Yikes.
It looked like it went out at the 1.
All right.
Yeah, the Bombers haven't turned around and noticed yet, I don't think. It'd be interesting to see what they do when they turn around and look. Oh.
All right, here we go.
They kind of knew. Now, again, because they haven't got a run game going yet, they're going to pin their ears back and try and tackle him on the C.
Yeah, if you want to avoid a safety, I would either go real quick pass game here or just run the football if you're the Bomber. If you try to draw back and throw down the field, that has not gone well.
Well, you got a spot right behind Scagnetti to throw it.
All right, 1st and 10 here at the 2. Run play for Leverett. He did get out, not by much. That last little cutback move was the difference. Call it no gain.
24 is Leverett on the run. First man, number 21, Preston Scagnetti.
He was right there, boy. That was a scary one. They haven't had a whole lot of good runs tonight. I don't know that I would have run it out of the end zone. But they lived to fight another day.
2nd and 10 here. 4 wide set for Vaughn. He'll try and throw out of the end zone here. Pressure coming. He'll drop it off. Ooh, dangerous pass. It is caught, but not going anywhere as Scagnetti wrapping up and laying the boom there.
Pass is complete to number 80.
On number 80, Jafia Cryer. I think that might have been maybe a yard at most, half a yard, not
No
much.
gain on the play.
Oh, they're saying no gain. That's probably.
They moved the stick up. It looks like, again, about a half yard. So 3rd and long here. Got to get to about the 13-yard line.
They're playing that one back, almost daring them.
Vaughn going to try and throw for it. Pressure coming. Get out of the end zone. He does. Pass is caught. That's a 1st down. Vaughn's had a couple nice throws on the run tonight. Able to squeeze that one in there.
Pass is complete to number 2, Lincoln King.
That was a good pass. I think they need to get him out of that pocket a little bit more often and
honestly,
a little bit faster.
Lincoln King makes the catch, who's a name that we highlighted pregame as kind of that do a little bit of everything guy, and he's been pretty quiet tonight. Newcastle's been able to take him away. Vaughn bouncing outside. He's slung down and sacked.
He's brought down the backfield.
Again, Barbie.
Wow.
Having a huge 3rd quarter so far is Thomas Barbie. That's his 2nd sack.
Well, and he's just coming in like that, and we haven't called his name much this season, but he's just getting back in there off that defensive end. That one, the quarterback, Vaughn, just ran right into his arms.
So a big loss there. Sets up a 2nd down and a lot for this Bomber offense. Vaughn, low snap. He scoops it up. Pressure coming. Oh, he takes a shot. And he's going to be back into the goal line again. As another big hit. Preston Scagnetti producing the big shot that time. And they're back deep inside their own 5 again.
Yeah, they got to get, 25 yards? 23?
Yeah, first down's on the 26. They're at about the 3, so call it 23, yeah. Something like that.
Not bad for a preacher.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot. Third down and very long for the Bombers here. Racers trying to create another negative play and maybe get a safety. Pressure coming. Vaughn will get rid of it, and in the dirt, he short hopped it to Harris. Bradford came flying in. He was ready to make a big hit there if the opportunity presented itself, but it'll fall to the turf incomplete, and Midwest City's going to have to punt out of their own end zone here.
You know what you were saying earlier, Josh, about a special teams touchdown?
It could happen.
It could right here.
Carson's calling for a block punt over here.
He's right about a foot in. Well, right now he's out of bounds, so he's going to be about a foot in.
See how much pressure they bring. High snap pressure coming, and he got rid of it.
Didn't go very far, though.
Bounces on the 25 and down at about the 27. Midwest City was saying that someone touched it. I didn't think anyone did.
I didn't see. It didn't look like it to me.
I didn't think so in live, but officials didn't think so either, it would seem. So Newcastle take over on the Midwest City 29-yard line.
26-yard punt.
Did a good job just to get it out. Because I'll tell you what, off the snap, a couple of guys, Boykins was in there. I thought we might be about to see a block.
Yeah, I think if he got up to the line a little bit sooner and got set to run, there's a good chance he would have.
Cresswell back in there for the Racer offense with Bradford, so still the top line of guys for Newcastle. Corbin Brewer in there, a wide receiver as well, getting a little bit of run. We saw him a lot last week in that win over Duncan. Fake the hand. Oh, no, he gives it to Bradford left side. He goes out of bounds to the 25.
For 5, T.J. Bradford.
That was good speed, getting out of there, trying to get around that corner. They just pursued him out of bounds.
Got about 5 yards on that.
Gain of 6 brings up
T.J. Bradford, 4 or 5.
From the 25.
Bradford next to Cresswell in the backfield on second down. Fake the handoff, throw out in the flat. Pass is caught. Get up the field. Into the Trinity Restoration red zone is Corbin Brewer.
Okay. You called it. He did that same thing he did last week. Took it for several yards. So it's good enough to get a first down right there.
So back into the red zone. First and 10. Newcastle looking to add on. Already up 45-0. 4 minutes and change here to go in the third. All Newcastle tonight.
Yeah, completely.
First and 10. Cresswell fakes it to Bradford. Fire over the middle for Boykins. He got him. Touchdown, Centurio Boykins. Second of the night on a laser beam dot by Blake Cresswell.
That was a great job. Great fake.
Good throw.
Cresswell does fake handoffs so well. He'll either hand it off and then run, or he'll fake the handoff, run with it. That time he faked it, started to run, and just pulled up and hit him coming across the middle. So Cresswell's just playing a really good mental game out there.
Yeah, he's gotten more comfortable with each passing week. The Dibble transfer felt like maybe it took a little time for him to find his footing. Higher level of competition moving up from Dibble up here to new 5A of Newcastle. New offense, new teammates. It's getting better with every week. Extra point is a rare mishit from Adrano. That might have been partially blocked. I'm not sure. It just looked kind of funky.
Yeah, it looked weird getting back there to Schumard to hold it. So,
in any event, 51-0. 3:51 to go in the third. Newcastle pouring it on as they lead it big over the Bombers on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
Celebrating 10 years. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 51-0. Newcastle leading Midwest City. 3:51 to go in the third. Centurio Boykins, 18-yard touchdown reception, his second of the night, third touchdown pass for quarterback Blake Cresswell. To go with 3 on the ground from TJ Bradford, an Ashton Schumar pick 6, and a Brian Madrano field goal. And that's how you get to 51-0. Kickoff into the end zone here. Another touchback from Madrano, and Midwest City will bring it out to the 20.
Yeah, you can almost hear the Midwest City guys back there going, "Don't go near it." So, I tell you what, looking at their roster, they're going to have a lot of the same guys next year. We're going to be at Midwest City next year.
We mentioned it pregame. It's a rebuilding program.
Yes.
New head coach, Jaquez Washington, who is a really good player. He knows football. You got to give him a little bit of time.
Well, and I just wonder if there's going to be a date next season that they circle.
Yeah.
Hanging half 100 on them.
Yeah. Starting on their own 20. Vaughn still in there at quarterback for the Bombers. He'll pitch it on first down to Harris. It's wrapped up. Got maybe a yard there. Good tackle by Cody Nix.
Richard Harris.
Wrapping up the legs of Harris.
That one just took too long to develop for him.
Tucker Brown.
And just kind of pick your poison, and they had 3 or 4 black jerseys right there just to pick whether to hit the quarterback or the running back.
Got about a yard on that. Second down and long for the Bombers. Throw out in the flat, wide of the mark. Was looking for number 9, Davion Cochran. Just a little bit wide. Just barely got a hand on it. Goes incomplete. The third down and long coming up for Midwest City.
Just can't help but think he's hearing footsteps as he goes back into the pocket. That making him get that out too soon.
Taking a lot of hits tonight has this quarterback, Valor Vaughn. He'll throw again here on third and long. He'll try and run. Somehow stays on his feet, but a nice tackle. Horton grabbing him around the ankles. Stops him after a gain of just a couple, and it'll be a fourth down and long coming up, and it looks like another punt for the Bombers.
Yeah, that was a quick 3 and out right there.
Yeah.
Didn't take too much time off the clock at all. Maybe about a minute and a half.
So they'll boot it away. Newcastle get the football back. Caden Longman to return, standing on the Newcastle end here at Gene Reed Field. Nice punt here. Longman will catch it at the 45-yard line. Got some room to his left. And he spins down at the Midwest City 47-yard line, and that's where Newcastle will set up back on offense. Already with a large lead, 51-0.
Well, and it's really helped keeping them pinned back. I don't know that this half they haven't been on their side of the field at all.
No, not really.
So
not really. They've had a lot of really good starting field position tonight, especially in the second half, though. You're right.
If it was basketball, I'd be playing half court.
Yeah.
So.
No, I have not had to stand and look this way in the second half. Been a lot of this.
Yep.
All right, change of quarterback. Was wondering when that would happen. It looks like Cresswell's night is done. Number 9, Deacon Lyles in at quarterback. Freshman getting some run. I kind of was watching him throw around a little bit pregame and at halftime. He can sling it around a little bit. Just a freshman. Maybe the future of the position. Who knows? Horton will run up the middle. He'll go for 4 or 5.
25, Kieran Horton on the run.
Yeah, that was a good run by him. Like I was saying, I came up and announced the junior varsity game.
You get to see some of Lyles?
Last week. Yes, he's got a good arm. He throws a good sharp pass. Doesn't do a whole lot of throw up and drop in the buckets. At least he did in the time when I saw him. But he's a good tall. You can see how much taller he is than Horton right
he's
there.
A tall player.
Good player.
Like I said, maybe the future of the position. Who knows?
Yep.
But could be a glimpse into next year. Here's Horton on the run. Got a flag down in the backfield as Horton is knocked out of bounds.
There's a flag on the play.
It is a hold on the Racers. Back it up.
Yeah. Saw that and just kind of ran out of real estate over here. And, you know, you're looking at Horton. He's a sophomore. So you're looking at a freshman quarterback, a sophomore running back.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think you're looking at the future of Racer football. And see what they can do, see if they can wear them down and get some yardage out of this. I'm looking forward to seeing him pass.
I saw Graham White, number 17, a sophomore in there at wide receiver, along with Brewer, who's just a sophomore. Also, Cam Colbert, number 22. He is a senior getting some run. Cool to see. Horton handoff here. Another flag down as Horton gets blown up in the backfield.
Well, and that's there around White.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh.
Holding on the offense.
I would have just declined that if I was Midwest City.
Yeah.
Blew it up for a loss.
Well, and it's
like they might be motioning that exact thing.
That's what it looks like.
I think official, there you go. I would say official on the near side was trying to get the attention of the head official saying, hey, they're declining it.
When you got some newer players in there, some younger guys, there's probably
right.
some rookie mistakes they're going to make.
So 3rd and long now for the Racers. 1:25 and counting to go in this 3rd quarter. Handoff to Horton on the left side. Cuts back. Able to get across midfield. Wrapped down by a couple of Bombers, including Fenric Wren, one of the captains on this Midwest City team. I think Brandon Greenhoward also got in there, number 45. 4th and long. Imagine the Racers will punt, I think, for the first time tonight, right? Have they punted? I don't think so.
No, they haven't punted yet.
Oh, it looks like they're not going to punt here either.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to punt now.
Roll with it. Why not? 4th and 11. Let their freshman QB see what he can do on 4th down.
I don't know if Horton can make it 12 yards, 11 yards.
Let him throw.
Oh,
well, that's going to make it easier. There's 5 more yards. They teach him young out here, Billy, how to get that hard count. Freshman QB steps in and gets one.
I'm telling you, I wish I knew the hand motions on the coach down here, you know. He's doing all this and just goes, you know, on his hips or something.
So I'll make it about 4th and 6. It's a more manageable opportunity here to try and pick this up. Off week next week, and then back here 2 weeks from tonight on October the 17th with the Class and SAS Comets coming to Racer Stadium. And then that huge back-to-back, Lawton Mack, Bishop McGuinness, to close out October. Huge couple of games back-to-back at the end of the month.
Oh.
4th down, and they did it again. 5 more.
Offsides in the defense.
Well, they
Still
did
going to be 4th down, but now it goes from 4th and 11, 12 to 1 or 2.
The coach wants to have a talk, it looks like. Yeah, they did it once, and the guys almost jumped and stayed put, so he went up and yelled something to the line and then did it again.
So they're up to the 38 now and makes it 4th down and 1. They will wind the clock. They don't actually technically need to even snap this if they don't want. It looks like they are going to tell them not to and take it on to the 4th quarter. So we'll see what they do on 4th and 1 in between the quarters. And as we take it down, and there you go. So that's the end of the 3rd. Newcastle in command here at Racer Stadium. They lead at 51-0 over Midwest City. We'll step aside, be back for the 4th quarter. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, 4th down and 1 on the first snap of the fourth quarter. Horton on the ground, and he's able to drag his man across for the first down of the 35. Had a handful of jersey, but he just able to, like one of those like guys working out where they have the weights attached to them, you know, and they're running. That's what it looked like.
That was the football version of a Coppertone commercial right there. Just kept it going. Great job getting that first down.
So move the sticks, first down to the 35-yard line. Newcastle with a very young offense in the game right now, including freshman quarterback Deacon Lyles, number 9. In for Blake Cresswell, who played a tremendous game tonight, maybe his best game in a Racer uniform tonight. Horton on the ground up the middle. Good hard run for about 5. Make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsor, which is Chris Dumm, Allstate agent. Chris knows what life is like here in Newcastle, that you choose your car and your home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. He also knows how important it is to do the same when it comes to insurance. He looks forward to getting to know you and helping you find the solutions that meet your needs. Call him today, 405-392-2390. Chris Dumm, All-State agent, great sponsor of Racer football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 2nd down and 5 after the run from Horton.
I'm still waiting for him to pass.
That is correct. We have not seen Lyles actually put it in the air. Still won't, as Horton handoff here. That like might have been a read play, and Horton got blown up for a loss of a few.
Yeah, he ran right into big number 53 there, Easton Hill. I mean, there's no going around that. He could have been number 153. He's a big fella.
3rd down and about 8 now on the Bomber 38-yard line. Newcastle obviously taking their time here, trying to milk that clock. A thorough display for the Racers tonight. Offensively, defensively, really, really good stuff. A lot of good vibes to take into the bye week, Billy, as they'll have next week off. And Newcastle will take a timeout here with 9:50 on the clock. Go ahead and stick here through it.
Yeah, I think they were letting that run down, and right before it hit 0, called a timeout.
But obviously, Billy, I mean, if you're Newcastle right now, I mean, you can't really ask for much more going into the bye. You talk about the second half they had last week in Duncan, and you ride that into what they've done here tonight. The last 6 quarters have been their best 6 quarters of the season.
Absolutely, and on all aspects of the ball. You know, and we've done this in years past. They've had a really good defense and a pretty okay offense, or they've had a really good offense and a pretty okay defense.
Sure.
We're seeing them hit on all cylinders.
It's been both sides, yeah, last couple of weeks.
Yes.
It's very exciting, and obviously we talked about it pregame. This district will likely be determined on what happens on October 24th and October 31st. Newcastle's going to be a playoff team. That's pretty clear at this point.
Right.
But we said it for years. You and I have been doing this. To make a run, you got to get in that top 2, and especially if you can get to the top and win your district. That's what set the Racers up last year to go on the run that they did, and they'll have every opportunity to do that again. And so you got to like where they're at right now. Lawton Mack coming here in 3 weeks, and then at McGinnis on Halloween night. Those are 2 huge games that will determine a lot of this, of this season.
Well, they will be very ginormous, and you're right. Getting that first place there, we got all the home games, won them, and it was when we went and had to play Guthrie somewhere else. And so that's a definite plus that we need to have. I was going to tell you, I think their defense and their team really kicked in against Elgin as well.
Yeah, no, that's
really
a good call.
Good.
They battled Elgin that night. We all know how good Elgin is. Here comes Lyles, going to throw for the first time. Got a man far side. It's caught. He is short, but a nice throw on the run there. I tell you what, that was, I don't want to overreact too much to one throw, but on the run, the way he kind of just flicked it over there, that was had some nice zip on it to Brewer.
I think he yawned.
I like
in
that.
the middle.
That was nice.
Good pass.
So it is going to be 4th down, and not a real favorable spot there. About a 4th and 5. I thought he was another yard or two up, but nevertheless, 4th and 5. They are going to go ahead and go for it. Wiles will check with the sideline. 20 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time here. Can run this under 9 minutes before they have to actually snap it. Got to get to the 25-yard line for a first down here. They'll let Lyles throw again. Rolls out to his right. He'll fire near side, and he short hops in there looking for Brewer. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Newcastle did a good job to work the clock a bit there, but we'll turn it over on downs, and Midwest City will take back over with 8:49 to play.
Well, and that was, like you said, just running down the clock and just beating it and beating it and beating it. I have to say I was impressed with Horton. His running showed some strength, strong runs. We actually got to see Lyles throw there for a second. It looked real good. Looks like they're bringing in a second-string defense and some of the younger guys here, too.
Great opportunity to let some of the young guys get some run, no doubt about that. And at the same time, get your top guys some rest. Got next week off. They played 6 Fridays in a row. And you're hoping that starting next week you're going to play 6, 7, 8 Fridays in a row as they try to go the distance, obviously, into the postseason. On the 31st and 10. Taking the direct snap and running here for a gain of about 5. New quarterback there. That was Sakeem Kemp. Sophomore getting in there, number 16. Took that snap and took off with it for a gain of about 5.
Well, that was good speed. You saw them getting over there and a good tackle. This is when I think a game really kind of starts getting interesting. You're seeing new players out there wanting to look good their times out on the field. See what things they pull out.
2nd and 5. Kemp will throw it out in the flat. The pass is caught for King. Tries to cut back. Good open field tackle there by the Racers' number 11. That's Brody Foster. Junior there not letting King slip away from him.
Great technique. Excellent job. Kept his balance and just took him down. They got him guarding King.
Sets up a 3rd down and short. About a 2.5 or 3. Got to get just past the 40. They'll let Kemp throw here. Pressure coming. Trying to get rid of it. He won't be able to. Another sack for this Racer defense. Horton had the initial pursuit. But it's Karsten Pupke, number 28, the one who cleaned it up and got the big sack. I don't know how many sacks Newcastle has tonight, but it's a lot, Billy.
About 4, I think. That's what
I think more. I think more than that.
Wow. Yeah, they got back there to him so fast. Just didn't have any time to do it. He didn't have time to look downfield.
That was nicely done. And it'll force the Bombers to punt it away again. Wallman will field it back inside the 40-yard line. Cuts back and tackle down just past the 45 with 6:55 on the 4th quarter clock. And Lyles and this Racer offense will get back out there again. Start thinking about your Integris Health Newcastle Player of the Game, by the way. We'll give that away post-game. We'll also wrap this one up, of course, and we'll look ahead to the bye week. And then the class and SAS comments in here in a couple of weeks. And then that big-time home stretch with Lawton Mack and then Bishop McGinnis Southeast on the road to close it before playoff football, which we hope will be back here at Racer Stadium on November the 14th. It would be the first round of the playoffs. We hope we'll be right here at Gene Reed Field. If it's up to us, it will be.
Right. That'd be fine. We can camp out. I may camp out up here.
You got the tent already, so
that's right.
Yeah, get a sleeping bag.
Yeah, then again, we're talking
sleep under the stars.
Talking November, December.
That's also true. They do have the clock running here. I don't know if that's running clock or just shenanigans like we had earlier. Horton on the ground. Gets forward for a few.
He ran into somebody firm right there. Looked like big number 30. You just saw him run and his helmet just stopped. Hayden Parent there hit him pretty solid. That's a good pickup, though, 4 yards.
down at the midway point of the fourth quarter. A little scared we're going to go down here. Oh, the jumping student section is too lively for this late in a 50-point game. Though underneath the Brewer, gets a little bubble screen, makes one guy miss. Oh, he just cooked him. Inside the 35, Corbin Brewer juking his man out of his shoes and got a big gain out of it. That was nice.
That was good. Boy, got it up that field fast. You see him running pretty fast and doing real good.
Down to the 33-yard line of Midwest City. Newcastle maybe looking for a little more here late from the youngsters on offense.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was messing up our clock camera because we were shaking up here on top.
It was moving. It was staying in frame, but it was moving. It was moving.
That was not an earthquake. That was students.
I would not want to be up here on an earthquake.
No.
That would be a little scary. Horton on the ground up the middle, bobbing and weaving his way inside the 30. Another nice run for Horton. I'll tell you what, obviously you hope that Rogers can rest up and be back, certainly if not by the Classen game in 2 weeks, but by Mack and McGinnis.
Right.
But, Horton's done some nice things tonight as the number 2 guy behind Bradford, if that's, how it ends up having to go.
Yeah, and they play a next man in. Of course, you hear that. It's a kind of a buzzword nowadays. But they play next man in, and you see them right now next team in and playing very well.
Second down and 4. Horton on the ground, cuts back inside the 25. Cracking up as Centurio Boykin's just dancing around on the sideline here. Kind of just in his own world down there. He's enjoying himself. He had a good night. He had 2 touchdowns tonight. You can dance. You get 2 touchdowns, you can dance all you want.
You earned it, sir. Keep dancing.
Look at him. Oh, man. Third down and really short here, less than a yard. The nose of the ball is like on the marker. They might even move the sticks here. Yeah, they're going to. So they had the yard marker past the first down marker. But they will adjust it now and give them a first down.
There they go. And it does look like they're doing a running clock.
That's just fine.
As they should.
That's just fine. 23-yard line, final 4 minutes here from Racer Stadium. Obviously, bye week this week means a bye week for all. No coaches show on Thursday, but Gene Reed